Hi everyone, welcome to another Escapement show, and great to see you all. We're doing a little roundup of Watches and Wonders. I've got Ben on my left, who I went to Watches and Wonders with. We've got JCB down below, and we've got Abdul R Watches. So you check out their YouTube channels. Ben has got a channel called Wonder Watches. I'm going to post a link to one of his videos. He's a big Seiko fan, so I'll just post that link now. There's one he did on a Seiko turtle. So subscribe to his channel, please, by all means. And check out Abdul R Watches channel as well, please. So we'll crack on straight with it. Excuse me. Ben, what made you go to Watches and Wonders? I know I'll leave it to you. Yeah.
I was dragged there by my friends Elton and Aaron. I actually wasn't going to go because when I'm going on holidays with the family in June, so got to make some choices sometimes. But in the end, they convinced me. But it was great to be a part of it. I have to say, great to see just the sheer scale of it, and the brands that were there were just unbelievable. Yeah. The show they put on was just unbelievable. So I'm delighted I went now, and I have no regrets.
Yeah, it was a huge expo, wasn't it? Thousands of people.
Thousands of people. What really grabbed me was just the sheer size of the Plexpo complex for a start.
Yeah.
Even just getting into the place was a bit of an ordeal, walking up, hundreds of steps. But they managed it, like the event control and body, whoever looked after it, was just unbelievable because it was absolutely seamless getting in there. We walked in, we had to present our tickets, our photo ID, and just the way they had it sorted out, there was nobody tripping over each other. Actually got a chance to chat to people in the queues. But once you got in there, then it was just like, it was mind-boggling, the size of it. Didn't know which way to turn. It was brands left, brands right. In the end, we went straight for Rolex, like probably most people.
Yeah. And
Thomas, just a quick one. Can I ask you, had you been to Basel World before, and how did Watches and Wonders sort of compare size-wise? Because you said the size was really big, and I've seen pictures of Basel World, but how did it sort of compare to that if you'd been before?
I've never been to Basel World, JCB. Okay. This is my first kind of experience of a watch exhibition, but yeah, it was mind-blowing.
Cool.
So we went down to Rolex. There was queues everywhere, queues to get into. They had an exhibition space inside Rolex. We didn't even go in there. They had a lot of their watches and their new novelties on the outside. But like everybody was really orderly, queuing to look in through the windows at the new novelties. Obviously, the celebration really was catching people's hearts. But like the absolute showstopper for me was the new two-tone Datejust. The new two-tone GMT Master 2.
GMT, yeah, beautiful watch.
Yeah,
amazing watch.
Ushing, the Irish YouTubers, calling it the Guinness. So we're trying to claim that one.
Okay.
I was going to ask you what watches that you saw impressed you most, and
well, I pulled up 5 here, Tom. If you want me to, can I share my screen? They're not necessarily new watches, but they're the ones that kind of grabbed me the most when I was there.
Sure.
See now.
While we're waiting for that, Ben, one thing I was interested in was the type of people that go there. Like there's punters such as yourself and Thomas that went along. Was there many just regular punters there, or was it like a lot of media type people, or what was the makeup of the crowd that were there?
Well, when we were there, there were the 2 public days. And for the entire 5 days beforehand was the media time.
Media days, okay.
So a lot of the media people were there before that. Now, there was quite a few YouTubers hanging around when we were there. I saw Adrian was there. He was actually in a boiler suit with his 2 compadres from About Effing Time. They had a kind of a boiler suit theme going on. They were peeking around pillars at each other. And one guy was trying to get into the Rolex AD. You see a hand coming out and slapping them away. So they were having great fun. I met Russell. Russell, I don't know if you've seen, I think he calls himself the Mad Watch Collector.
Mad Watch Collector.
Yeah. He was really, really nice, actually. Met him in the IWC booth. if I was to give an award for boots, the IWC one was absolutely magnificent. It was like the place was designed by Kraftwerk. That kind of one of the lads described it. It's an oxymoron. He described it as retro modern, which is kind of a very apt description. They were trying to make it look like an engineering kind of lab, and all the crew were in lab coats and all that, but it was just vast in size. All the watches were, there was a huge load of people in there, but there was so much space between the watches. There was no issue seeing anything you wanted to see. And I didn't realize, because, sorry, JCB.
No, go on.
All the watches were set to 4 o'clock. So I was saying to my friend Aaron, I was like, 4 o'clock is the new 10 past 10. But sure, then I looked at my watch and it was 4 o'clock. So somebody had gotten up and wound and set all those watches that morning.
Wow.
Big focus on the Ingenieur, which I've subsequently found out has an ETA 2824 movement, which has been a bit of a disappointment given the price that they're charging. But
really,
12K, right?
12K. Okay.
I was going to say, people. We've got Jamie in the crowd. We've got
Jamie.
Morning, Russell.
Hey, Russell, Jamie.
Hey, right.
Jay.
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning. And Lord with a passport. He was the guy who came with us. Good morning, Lord.
That's my friend. That's the legend that is Elton. Good morning, Elton. Elton is the #1 watch collector in Ireland. He wouldn't have you believe that, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely. So carry on, Ben.
Speaking of which, Elton is a big Chopard fan and actually introduced me to the brands when I guess I was big into tool watches and speedies and subs and Tudors. Elton has always been a huge dress watch fan. I suppose this isn't so much a dress watch as it is an integrated sports model. The Alpine Eagle. He's been talking about this for years now. But this one was on display. It's absolutely incredible.
It's bonkers, isn't it? Daytona Alpine Eagle, Rainbow Daytona Alpine Eagle style, isn't it? I mean,
Rainbow Daytona Killer.
Yeah.
Julie Roberts was there on the press days, wasn't she, at the Chopard stand? And
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Julie Roberts was actually there at the Chopard stand on doing the press days.
No, I'm sorry, I missed her. Not.
Oh yeah.
My dad used to have a thing for her, unreal. After seeing Pretty Woman,
I had a thing for her as well. Yeah,
she's deadly. Federer was there as well, apparently.
Oh really? Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but these Chopards, I mean, the whole place I found just was full of gold watches and blinged out watches all over the place. So much gold and so much bling. Yeah,
they have such a cool collection. Like from really, really tool-looking watches to integrated sports models, then to these high-end white gold, 18-karat gold rotor dress models. But their boutique itself was next level. It was like walking into, like Tom, I suppose we'd equate it to like Weir's with the old like mahogany wood or dark wood. Just an incredible space, and 3 stories like all the other boutiques. 3 stories, and you could see everything. The windows and the exhibitions were so well lit that you could see how finely those diamonds were set into the watches and into their jewelry. The level of finishing, the level of refinement on Chopard, they did a fantastic job of highlighting it, and it was a real joy to see. Plus, they put themselves on a level with Rolex and Patek, because their exhibition was just as big, and it was up in that kind of high end quarter, if you want. That's where everybody headed first.
Just generally around Europe, is Chopard a pretty big brand? Like, do you see it? You see them on people's wrists? Do you see billboards and stuff?
I haven't now, and I thought they're primarily like similar to Cartier. I guess they're primarily a jewelry brand.
Yeah, right.
But I think the Alpine Eagle has really put them, it's put them on the mark in terms of the watch world. That the whole Alpine Eagle collection is just beautiful, and they're similarly priced to the IWC Ingenieur, but to me, They're an in-house movement, and they look better. Plus, they were original. I think that bracelet is very original to Chopard.
Yeah, the LUC line from Chopard is basically really the highlight of them. But I saw maybe one or two Alpine Eagles on the wrists of people when I was going through an airport or in meeting. But what I see most is the Chopard Mille, this sports watch from like the mid 2000s. Yeah, exactly.
They released a new one, I think, at Watches and Wonders. Right? They had a new Mille as well.
Yeah, I think.
How do you spell that one?
Mille.
I see it here. Yeah, Mille. Yeah, this is what I was referring to when I was talking about the really toolish watches.
Yeah.
This kind of thing here.
Mm-hmm.
They had a whole range of these.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got that famous tire tread strap as well. Still going with that. Yeah. But I think, I think you were mentioning the LUC before, Abdul. I think that LUC 1860 line, I think at Wonders and Watches was one of the watches I saw a little bit of in the media, and they looked really nice.
Yeah, they're incredible. They were actually inside the Chopard boutique, and they have a kind of an off-axis. I wonder, can I bring it up here? They have a kind of an off-axis guilloche, which must be hand-turned.
Yeah.
And really, really difficult to execute.
It's like this sort of salmon-y coloured guilloche with, as you say, the symmetry is a bit funny off the dial. It looks really cool.
It looks really cool. Yeah, it does, yeah. Sorry, I don't want to be wasting time looking for stuff now.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, our friend Blue Shirt used to love the Alpine Eagle. I just had to mention that. Whenever I say Alpine Eagle, I always think of Blue Shirt because he always used to love. He used to love that watch.
Yeah. So, we tried on the blue one in the airport, actually, in Geneva. There's some really cool watch boutiques in Geneva Airport.
When I arrived at Geneva Airport, I mean, I was amazed at just how much watch advertising there was. There's sort of Rolex clocks hanging from the ceiling, one after the other, and then Richard Mille adverts all along the wall. Richard Mille, and then Beauvais, and then Breguet, and then Patek Philippe, and you could tell that this was, this place smell of money. It's sort of like,
well, doesn't a Big Mac cost like $50 or something?
Yeah.
Yes. The money, man.
A Happy Meal costs $50.
Yeah.
The best option in Switzerland is fasting. You just go without food and drinks, and
it's true. Actually, we met a guy called Mohammed. He was wearing a BB-58. He was from the Leb, and it's Ramadan at the moment, so he was fasting. Definitely the best option.
Yeah.
We drank his Negronis, of course. We still ordered him the Negronis. We just drank them for him.
Yeah, so move on to your next pick then.
Yeah, these two were beside each other. They were really great. I don't know if it was as much about the watches as it was about the experience, but the Resence, there was a whole independent quarter again, or complex. Yeah. And there was food and drinks there. You could actually sit back and relax and just take the whole thing in, which we did. But Resence and Trilobe were right beside each other, and they were really, really attentive. They had a bench there. You could sit up there. You could talk to them about the watches that they had. They had a couple of the old oil-filled Resence watches. They had the Type 1, which is my favorite, and one of the ladies had this Type 8. This wouldn't be my favorite, but it was remarkable in so far as it's grade 5 titanium. Really, really simple. No real lugs to speak of. The thing, I think she said it was like 60 grams or something like that. But I love Resence. I think they really, in terms of independence, they do something that's really individual to them.
I love it myself, yeah.
They're bloody expensive though, aren't they?
This is 12 as well, yeah. This is 12.
That's 12 what, euro?
Yes, sorry,
Okay.
JCB. Yeah.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I remember, I think when the first Recenses, when they came out, I just remember them being crazy, like 20,000, 30,000. I might have it wrong, but I just remember thinking, bloody hell, they're
No,
really
I think you're
expensive.
right. Yeah, I think those oil field watches are in that region.
Yeah, okay, so these aren't oil filled, these ones?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 12,500 Swiss francs.
Right.
Swiss franc
Yep.
euros are weak at the moment, so Swiss francs and euros are practically 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm really
gotcha.
annoyed that I missed the Recense stand. I was in that quarter and I was seeing Grunfeld and totally missed the Recense stand.
But this is like it goes back to the whole scale, Tom. Like you couldn't take it all in. You just had to kind of pick and choose and enjoy what you could. We were only there for a day. Really, you'd want to spend 2 days there if you can deal with it. Like, but there is such a thing as watch fatigue as well. You just get
absolutely
it's overpowering.
Yeah.
When I went to Baselworld the first time, I went all over the place and I couldn't have time for the independence. And then every time afterwards, I just left all the big brands because anyways, they just gave you a catalog, a bag from Rolex, a bag from Chopard, a bag from Patek. But I was like, fuck it. I'm just going through the independent, the AHCI booths and talk to these guys, talk to Gronefeld, talk to Voutilainen, talk to Scheiken, see the watches, handle them. And I was really satisfied with that experience. Yeah,
it's a much more satisfying experience, isn't it? That's really astute that you say that because I felt the same. Like Rolex, you're looking in through the windows. You might as well be on the bloody high street. Looking in through the windows. Whereas these guys, sorry, JCB.
No, I was just going to say, like with the big brands, you could, in 3 or 4 months, you could go down the high street and the watches will be there, maybe on exhibition. You could actually see them, but with the independents, perhaps, and you could go in, talk to the guys, and maybe get some hands-on time with the watches. Perhaps I'm not sure how hands-on it was, but I assume it would be a lot more than the big brands.
Yeah.
Well, it was extremely hands-on with Recense, and that's why I think I'm picking this one. It was just more so they had this one on display as well. This is the Type 2. And they were just so lovely in there and really proud of their work and really proud of what a unique product they were producing. And they just had so much time. They wanted to show them off, and people were really interested in seeing them.
Yeah, stunning watches. One of my favorite brands. I mean, I love them. Just that.
I like the look of that one in the cushion case. That's really cool.
Cushion case, they call that the Type 1 squared.
Squared, yeah.
These are expensive now, JCB, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see is there a price. Yeah, 16.8.
Yeah. Yeah. They look good though.
They look great. And I think the other ones then, the Type 5. Is it the Type 3 or the Type 5? Or the Type 5 is like a diver's oil-filled watch. That's that one there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's really legible.
Yeah. To all intents and purposes, that I haven't held one, but apparently it's like a smart screen. But obviously not. It's not. It's all mechanical. In actual fact, I think that's module sitting on top of a 2824.
I was just going to say, we were talking about 2824s before, and I remember when the original Recense came out, it was based on, obviously highly modified, but they've got a 2824.
Yeah, I remember they call it this ROX 5 module, immersed in 3.57 mil of oil. And yeah, you're right. It's sitting on top of an ETA movement.
Yeah.
Something like Recense Orbital Curvex System or something that stands for. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen, or maybe your viewers haven't seen this, how it works, but the hours are on the small dial here, minutes are on the outside dial. Yeah. So in that case, there it's 11:49.
So seconds and the days of the week at the top.
The top is a temperature gauge, I think, for
temperature.
the oil.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, right.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So if I said it's 12 o'clock there, obviously everything goes to, and then it's at 14 seconds, but everything points north then at 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So, what do you have next then, Ben?
Yeah, when everybody was banging on about the Ingenieur, like the hype over that watch, guys, I can't even begin to describe it. We had an appointment. We were brought into a room by beautiful. There was a lot of beautiful women there, has to be said.
Well, just all over the joint, or just at IWC?
I didn't know where to look next. To be honest. All over the place. Whoever was in HR did a tremendous job.
Baselworld was also very similar.
Had models all over the place, handing out bags and talking to you, just beautiful, stunning women.
Yeah. Oh, if any women in the audience, I'm a very woke guy, so no offense intended. But I'm just joking. Yeah, everywhere outside of Chopard. Oh my god, it's like, what's more beautiful, the watches or the women?
Yeah.
But Francesca, little blonde, deadly. Anyway, enough of that. I'll be the accused. They obviously have no interest in hairy, ugly Irishmen either. So we went in. What was I going to say? Being distracted.
So we got here the Francesca. Pilot. We've got the green. So
everybody flocked to the Ingenieur, but she was showing us this. They have a green selection. They're boutique only. This is in steel. The one that I saw was actually in rose gold.
Okay.
I wonder, can I just share another screen there for a sec?
Yeah, sure.
If I stop that one for a moment, present, share screen. I want to share a window.
What do you got on the wrist there, Ben? Is that a Speedy?
Yeah, Speedy.
Yeah.
Or as my Rolex friends like to call it, a Daytona homage. They're absolute. Can I curse on this show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're fuckers.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
We haven't done a wrist check. What do you got, Thomas and Abdul?
I've got my Panerai PAM 352.
Panerai.
Yeah, on the.
I have my newest edition.
Oh, you've got the Lyrique. Holy
got the
shit!
At last.
It came in. Shit, man, you're just sitting there the whole time, not telling us you got the Lyrique.
Oh, beautiful!
Very cool,
beautiful
man.
Backside as well.
Beautiful.
Wow, gorgeous.
Yeah, I got the. I don't
want to show my watch now. I'll just pull it up quickly. It's a cheapie Zelos. What do we got here? Zelos black tip on a black NATO.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can't seem to. Sorry, guys, I wasn't paying attention there. I was stuck in a little technical world of my own.
Yeah.
Sorry, dudes. 1 second. I'm just going to pull it up on my phone here.
I saw a video on YouTube. One guy was, I don't remember his name. He was comparing the IWC chronograph that you just showed us to a new release from Festina, which is 1/10 of the price. And it really looked like a copy-paste from the IWC. Good quality, same movement, or the ETA movement at least, the Valjoux 77.
Valjoux.
Yeah. And he was saying, like, why would I pay that much for this watch where I could pay 1/10 in the other one?
Yes, indeed.
How big was the Pilot, do you know, Ben?
It's 41.
41, yeah.
Because I have dinky wrists, and I'm trying to show you a picture here. This is just, hold on, I'll stop this screen for a second. I'm just going to hold up my phone.
That's the golden one, right?
That's the rose gold one on my wrist.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
That's nice, man.
The
green and gold goes so well.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That really works well, doesn't it? That rose gold and green really
does work
good.
really well.
That was my favorite watch of the whole thing.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Boutique edition. I don't know how much that costs. I would say minimum 25, probably 30.
Yeah, with the gold, yeah.
Beautiful.
I reckon you're a bit of a chronograph guy, Ben. I reckon you love your chronographs deep down.
Maybe.
Come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah. That's good. I am too. So that's no shame. There's no shame in that.
I just can't afford them, JCP. Really, that's. I was going to say I'm. I was going to say I'm more of a 300 guy, but that's just because that's all I can afford.
What were your next picks then?
Okay, I'll just go back to sharing the screen here again.
Gold
and green.
Agreed, Russell. Yeah.
You want to see the proportions of this thing, though, Russell? Like it was, as I say, I'm a small-wristed dude, and but this thing fit. Plus, it was on a rubber strap. Whatever way they done the rubber, it was so pliable, so comfortable. What else did I go for? So we've done IWC.
41's a good size too, I reckon.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah,
it's a sweet spot, man. 41.
Green for the Irish as well. Green for the Irish win as well.
Hey, Y2K. How are you, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
See you, mate.
Gents, good to see you.
Good
Please
to see you.
Keep going.
See you,
Keep
buddy.
going.
Nice shirt.
Welcome, Ben.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Y2K. So look, the very last one, I think Tom said we weren't allowed to do Rolex, but boom.
Nah.
The Guinness.
Nah.
I considered, we sat down, myself and my two mates, Elton and Aaron, and we said, so I have a few watches, I'm going to sell them all and buy this one. It does everything. It's a sports watch. It's, I think the GMTs are 200 meters submersible as well. It's a dress watch. It's got some golds, two-tone GMT travel watch. It's a one-and-done watch. Absolutely incredible. Plus, Rolex put it on the front of their catalog, so they're seeing this one as their flagship release of Watches and Wonders. I know Rolex is a bit boring, but by God, that is. It's going to be tough to get.
I like this one better than the full gold one, and it's very rare for me to say that I like a two-tone better than a full gold. But this one, it looks stunning. Absolutely, they just nailed it. Beautiful watch.
I do too, JCB. I prefer this one to the full gold.
Yeah, I feel if you have this one, put it on a rubber strap in the morning, just put it back on the bracelets at night when you're going out, so you can go swimming with the rubber strap, so you don't scratch your bracelet so much.
yeah, nice.
And then at night, put it on this bracelet because it looks so elegant on the Jubilee.
Absolutely, he's gorgeous.
Yeah, so good.
Did you get to sorry, Ben, when you were at the Rolex booth, were they able to? Did they let you get hands on with the pieces? Or not? Were you behind a glass bloody thing?
It was behind. You were effectively. It was like looking in through a shop window. It was really well done, and they had. It was a bit like a Rolex zoo, to be honest. You had window after window after window, and then you were asking about the type of person that was there. The type of person that was there was extremely polite, from all over the world. A lot of obviously French and Swiss, but everybody just seemed to form an orderly queue and. You go and there was a lot of windows. Everything was there. They had the volcanic orange dial with the diamond bezel, that kind of new Tiffany blue stone. They had an aventuring green dial. All those kind of high level date justs. One of the watches that really grabbed me actually was a yellow gold Daytona on Oysterflex. I thought that was an incredible watch. Celebrations were getting a lot of attention. And then you queue. It was a big queue. It took a long time. I didn't bother. I just can't be wasting my life in queues.
I went in that queue, and all it was I was expecting to be able to handle the watches, and just let you in, and you got in, and they gave you another tote bag with the catalog and the magazine in, and then you had to queue again to get into the Daytona. I didn't bother. I just thought I've had enough of queuing. I'll go out. No.
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that, man. Fair enough. Yeah. So aside from that, then the overall experience was fantastic. IWC kind of rolled the whole boat out. When we were waiting for an appointment, they gave us some Negronis and what they were calling an ingénieur, which I presume had probably gin and some ginger. There was a ginger flavor in it and mint. We kind of settled in on the sofas then. I think we had about 10 of those until one of the bouncers, one of the older guys came up and kicked us out. But sure, that was closing time then. Yeah. So then I had to go to the Jacks, as we say in Ireland, the toilet. On my way up there, I met Oisin from the Timeless Watch channel.
Oisin, yep.
So we know each other. So he was like, "Are the lads here with you?" "Yeah." "Put this on, go down and talk to them." So he gave me his Royal Oak. So I go back down to the boys, sit down casually, like, where the fuck can get the Royal Oak, man? So that was a bit of fun.
Nice.
Then Tim Wright came along and his buddy OC. We went out. Oisin came out with us. We had a meal. We drank a lot. We partied. We did a lot of dancing and messing, and got home about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Nice.
But aside from that, everything was smooth. I gotta hand it to, like, big shout out to Swiss Air. They're amazing at what they do. No delays, up and down 2 hours, no problems.
Nice.
So that was my experience, guys, in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Very good.
there's Ben
Very good.
shopping.
I look fucking wild in that, Tom. Either that or absolutely hammered.
There's Ben holding a Sheen's chronograph with AP.
Yep. Nice. AP chrono. Yeah. What's not to love about that? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, though, I was talking to. Did you know the way Oisin has been talking about sharp speedies?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he had a look at my one. He was like, "You're fortunate because you got one of the smoother ones." But he himself was a bit disappointed in the sharpness of the AP. He's like, "We're paying high premium for these." He thought the finishing might be a little bit better on it. I didn't notice it myself now. It just looked shiny, blingy, and amazing.
I think if you're coming out of Rolex, if you're wearing Rolex every day, and you put on something else that's sort of angular, like a Royal Oak, for example. Look, with the Omegas, I get it because I had a watch that was really sharp, and I flipped it because I couldn't deal with it. But with the Speedy, I've tried that and it was nice. But if you I had a Datejust 41. And that thing was buttery smooth. It was polished, so nice. Like, it glides over your wrist. Now I've got a GMT now. It's not the same level as the Datejust, but it's smooth. So if you're wearing Rolex every day and then you go to something else, maybe that's what's going on in his head. Like, he gets into other watches and he's like, it feels a bit sharp or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. Could be that. Because I know he wears Rolex too. Maybe
I would go along with that. I mean, God, like, Rolex presents such a great value proposition still, if you can get them retail.
Yeah.
Like, exactly what you're talking about. Aaron got the, we were slagging him actually, he got the Kermit, but he got the old one because they brought out a new one for watches. It's not new, they changed the bezel color slightly.
Changed the bezel a little bit,
yeah. So his one is worthless now.
Ben, would he go again? And would he go again by himself, or was going with your friends part of the package?
Oh, no way. No, going with your friends, man. That's everything. It was great to have you there and have somebody to bat off, and it was magic. It was magic.
Yeah. And did seeing any of the watches change your tastes in watches? Would you aspire to a dress watch now, for example?
No, I'm a very, very tool watch kind of guy. I have one Cartier tank that I break out every now and again, but by and large, my attire is very casual. Pilot's watches, I would say, because we were in, guys, if you're ever over in Dublin, just look us up. There's a new boutique run by a guy called Paul Sharon. It's not a boutique, actually. It's 7. He's got individual boutiques for Cartier, Jaeger-LeCoultre, IWC. It's just, we've never seen anything like it before in Dublin. We kind of just had one AD before that. This is incredible. He's Breitling as well. Like, you go in there and you see all the Breitlings. Nothing's left out. The Navitimers, the Chronomats, the BR01 or whatever it's called, that kind of Patek light Breitling. And seeing those watches, the Breitlings and the IWCs, plus experience in that rose gold one in the IWC booth, are definitely a shift towards pilot watches.
Yeah.
was a long explanation, wasn't it?
What was the highlight of the show or the weekend then, do you think?
The IWC booth, without a shadow of a doubt. The way they had it set up, they had an incredible Mercedes car there.
That was
what do you call those doors that lift up?
The gull-wing doors.
Gull-wing doors.
Yeah. And the retro TVs and the way they looked after us, they did an absolutely incredible job.
Nice.
What was the highlight for you, Tom?
Meeting Bart Gronfeld was one of the highlights. Yeah, just share that amazing Mercedes in the IWC booth.
Oh, that was there. Okay, yeah. That's one of that's some C111 prototype.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
And just up here was where we were sat, where the man stood there. We were sat in this VIP area, weren't we, Ben?
Yeah.
Drinking brownies.
Cool.
Yeah, this guy,
he
wouldn't let me in at first.
And you got to think, like, over the 4 or 5 days or however many days it was, right? The amount of people going through there, the amount of drinks they're serving, it's got to be costing these guys a fuckload of money to put on this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, especially with they've got a freaking Mercedes prototype sitting in the freaking lobby there. So big money they've spent on this. Clearly,
huge.
Yeah. All the people working, that's also costs, all the logistics, bringing everything and bringing it back. That's a huge amount of money. But I guess they can write it off as marketing, right?
Yeah. Well, that's where when you're wondering when you're paying 10 grand for an ETA based caliber in your watch, then that's where the money's going.
Just say, one of the lovely things about the show that you don't quite expect is that you're meeting other watch enthusiasts all the time, and when you're in like a watch heaven like that, one of the watches that I love, I know Tom loves this too, is the Zenith Revival A384 white dial on a ladder bracelet. I saw a guy, and it's like, man, I love that watch. Actually was going to buy that instead of the Speedy, and he was like, well, I was the same but in reverse, and we swapped watches, and I got to try his and he got to try mine. The same with Elton was wearing a solid gold Rolex Datejust with a green dial, beautiful watch. People were fascinated by it. So people were taking photographs. There was a level of trust there that I thought was fantastic.
That's cool.
One of Tim Wright's mates showed up with, he had a yellow gold Rolex Midas, which is ultra rare. Plus there was another Jubilee fluted bezel Datejust gold. I'm not great on this stuff. Elton knows this stuff better than I do, but which was ultra rare as well. And again, there was no problem. People passing around watches, just chatting about the hobby, and it was surprising, but a really, really enjoyable element of the whole thing.
Yeah, that was. I'll just bring that up. That was the original OC, and he had these two. He had a King Midas.
Wow.
Oh yeah. It's called a King Midas, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which was called a Texano, which was it was the case from a oyster quartz with an automatic movement in it.
Okay.
So before they started putting the oyster quartz movements in this case, they did some prototypes with an automatic movement in.
Oh wow. Shit! So it's got quartz on the dial, but it's got an automatic movement. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Because that sort of shit's worth heaps in Rolex.
Yeah,
where you got some quirky
$30,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Man.
Along with the King Midas, which is the same amount of money.
Look at all that gold as well in the bracelet and the case. Is that solid gold?
Yeah. Solid gold. Who's wearing this?
Holy shit. Okay.
But he was letting. I know that. I didn't recognize that guy. He's like the diplomat of the Tim Wright show. He's like the Ban Ki-moon. He keeps everything in check. And
he's like Tim Wright's 2IC sort of thing on his channel, I think.
Yes. Okay. But he was allowing people to handle them, no issue.
Yeah, he was letting us try them on, and just.
There's Oshin in the background.
Russell's comment. Pull up Russell's comment. God.
See Oshin in the background of that photo there in his Canali. Canali jacket.
Yeah, I mean, just like you say, Ben. I mean, people were exchanging watches, letting us try them on, and just it was just such an amazing atmosphere of trust, wasn't it? Like you say.
Yeah.
People trying each other's watches on and showing. It was like going to a Red Bar event, but on a massive scale.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of thing.
But there was lots of. You were asking earlier, JCB. I saw lots of like. I gotta be careful how I word this because I don't want to be. But like Tissot's and tags and Seikos and stuff like that. So there was people who were in the hobby that are not necessarily like huge levels of affluence, like myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're like, I've heard, like, I'm sort of insulated in my little world in Australia, but I've heard around Europe, you don't want to be traveling wearing your Daytona or your Diamond Date or whatever. So you never know. Like the guy wearing the Seiko might be a big collector. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Especially on the train.
You can't really assume things about collectors these days, and I don't do that because I've worn. I'm not a big collector or anything, but I wear cheapies all the time, and I don't have any issues with that.
Yeah, especially on the train, because last time I went back from Baselworld, I went to with my wife on the train because I thought it easier, and just we crossed the border. And the amount of meticulous searching that they did, because I had a lot of bags, like catalogs from this guy, stuff, freebies from that guy, and they looked at my watch. I was wearing my date just at that time. Where is the receipt for the watch? I had to show them the Chrono 24 buy. They looked at the reference number. They like, why are you doing this? I if I'm buying something, I will declare it. They're like, no, a lot of people don't declare it, and you have Baselworld, so maybe that's also another point, that they don't want to go to the hassle. And Europe right now, you like, I don't travel to France with anything more than €1,000 a watch. Like, no most, that's the maximum I wear. And I feel it's the same,
But I take your point though, Ben. I think what you're saying is there's sort of like people from all spectrums of the hobby, right? You got your heavyweight collectors, and then you just got your, guys at the lower end and everything in between, right? It sort of attracts, if you're all sorts of levels of enthusiasts, and you get to meet everyone along that spectrum.
That's exactly the point, yeah. And it was €70 a ticket. A one-day ticket was €70, which was peanuts given what was on offer.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't want to buy a drink or any food on the venue, because then you were.
I mean,
take a few cans of tuna in your backpack. Or
exactly.
We're talking about other watches like Seikos, and I know you're a huge Seiko fan, Ben. And did you visit the Grand Seiko booth? And did you wish that Seiko had actually been there themselves?
I didn't go to the Grand Seiko booth. I believe it was very disappointing.
Not much. They had a Tentograph. I met Joe Kirk from America, their representative, and they had the Tentograph chronograph, which is a new one of theirs. But I think Seiko might have been out of their league being there. It was more prestige brands, wasn't it?
They shouldn't be though. Like last year, they didn't have like a skeletonized tourbillon. Incredible.
Right.
Yeah, the Kodo tourbillon or whatever.
Oh, the Concept Force. I saw that. Yeah, that was there. The Grand Seiko.
They just seem to have gone backwards a bit this year.
Right.
I think what I was only talking to my friend about this morning. I think some of what Grand Seiko do is incredible. Like those 44 GS spring drive champagne dial cases, the 44 GS case with a spring dial champagne, like they're coming in at the same price of an OP, but like for me, they are leagues ahead in terms of finishing, style, bling, everything at that level, and they're getting more expensive now. Seiko are pushing themselves higher and higher up the price chart,
the price range. Yep, 100%.
Yeah. Really.
Plus, it's nice. You know, Japan has always had a strong history in Switzerland in terms of beating out the Swiss.
Absolutely.
On timing competition, so they deserve to be there. But I just think they're shooting themselves in the foot a bit this year.
Interesting point.
Guys, I really, really enjoyed that. I have to go. The
lovely to have you, Ben. Well, you'll have to join us again sometime. Yeah,
definitely. Welcome back anytime, Ben.
Anytime, Ben. Thank you so much.
Thanks a million, guys. I have to get my tires changed. So.
Great to see you. Thank you very much.
Good luck with that.
Bye. Bye-bye.
See you, buddy.
Please don't forget to subscribe to Ben's channel. Wonder of Watches.
Wonder of Watches. It's not very active at the moment. It's hard work being a YouTuber. I'm sure you can all relate. But anyway, I'll sign off. Thanks a million, guys.
Take care, Ben.
See you.
Thanks a lot. Oh yeah, great having Ben.
That was cool. Really.
He's
a good guy, man. Chill guy.
Great.
Very nice.
He was such a nice man to go to Geneva with, and he was the man who actually notified me that the group are going. I mean, he's from an Irish watch group that I'm in, called the Dublin Watch Group. So huge shout out to the Dublin Watch Group. Great bunch of guys, and so.
That's really cool to go with a group. That's definitely. I went maybe the first time with one of my friends to Baselworld. Really enjoyed it a lot. And every time afterwards, I call all my friends. Oh no, I'm busy. And I went alone one time, and then I thought, okay, I'll take even my wife. I took my wife the other time, so it was nice. But next year, maybe go to Watches and Wonder in a group as well. That would be nice.
Yeah. So, guys, I think JCB and Russell. I didn't mean to get that wrong. Abdul, have a couple of picks of their favorite watches. I don't know whether Y2K does as well. But
a lot of mine seem to be quite similar to you guys. So I'll let Abdul and JCB go first.
Yeah. So JCB, a few favorite releases from Watches and Wonders.
I'll because I've got mine and Abdul's here as well. So maybe we can take it in turns and do one each.
Good idea.
Might be a good way of doing it. So just give me a sec, Thomas, and I'll.
Yeah, sorry about that, Jamie.
No.
My mistake.
Just put me on the spot. Just throw me under the bus, mate. What the hell?
But a big shout out to the Dublin Watch Group. Great bunch of guys. Love them. Love them all. They're great bunch of guys.
So
JCB will start you off.
Yeah, I'll start off. This is my first one, and I've got a few watches in no particular order. And obviously, I'm pulling up my picks, based on just seeing pictures on the internet. Obviously, I didn't go to Watches and Wonders, and I didn't get to see the watches firsthand. So everything that I'm saying is sort of qualified by saying that my opinion is reserved until I see the pieces in the flesh. But this watch here, when I saw this watch, this reverse Panda Carrera,
it's lovely. It really is.
I just thought, what a beast of a watch! Like what a beautiful piece. And 39 mil as well. I think they've got the size. I'm trending down in size these days into the 40 mil. 39 is maybe a little on the small side, but 41 is probably the right size for me. But I can see why they've gone with this one, the 39 mil, because look how big the dial is. That dial stretches right out to the edge of the case. So when you're wearing this one would wear more like a 40, 41 easy, I think. And I think to me, I feel like this is the watch that will bring back the fortunes of Tag Heuer. Not just Heuer, like everyone wants the Heuer Carrera and the Heuer Carrera re-editions, but here they've brought out they put the Tag Heuer on the dial, and I think that's a cool thing. Why not bring back the fortunes of Tag Heuer. Don't forget in the 80s and 90s, Tag Heuer was a big brand.
Exactly.
Seems to have it seems to have lost its way sort of in the 2000s. It became unpopular for whatever reason. So yeah, I mean, leave all that brand shit aside.
It's the 60th anniversary of the Carrera, and Watches and Wonders, they have this on display, a beautiful vintage Porsche Carrera.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, so they had brought out the 60th anniversary Heuer Carrera a few months ago. That was a silver dial piece with black subdials, and then for Watches and Wonders they brought out this one here. So there's the black and the blue. I just think you can see how the blue one here, you've got the two subdials are quite prominent, but then the one at the bottom, it sort of blends into the background. So this one looks more like a bicompax chronograph. Whereas this one here, those three subdials, they're in your face. It's on display. You've got that really nice reverse panda, and when you look at the watch, the detailing on the concentric circles in the subdials, it's just a really, really fantastic piece, I think. And I think this is going to be a mega hit for Tag Heuer. I think they've done a really great job. The only thing my only caveat with this watch is that they have not. I couldn't really, in my brief research, find the thickness of the piece anywhere, and all the media has avoided it. There's no. Russell will take the red Carrera. I would too, actually. Yeah,
me as well.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. So I'm not sure. Generally, with Heuer tags, the chronographs have tend to be a little bit on the chunky side. Hopefully, this one is not too chunky, but I'm sort of guessing it might be around the 14 mil. Something like that. So that's still should be reasonable, but we'll just wait and see. So that was my first pick. Abdul, I'll throw over to you for this one here. We've got the Santos Dumont, and I'll hit the play button and see. Hang on a sec.
Yes, playing.
Yeah,
cool.
I chose this watch because it looked so nice. It looked so elegant. And I think there is this new trend that I think it's amazing, combining gold with blue or rose gold with green, like we saw with the AVC. And just the blue and gold somehow works. And I'm a big fan of the Santos. Dumas, I was okay. I liked it. But when I saw this one, I was like, wow, that's a dress watch that I would be really liking to wear. It just looks so unique somehow, and I'm not a big fan of skeleton watches as well, but somehow this one captured my imagination somehow because of this rotor that you see it from the front. And
in the renders, I didn't like it, but when I actually saw it, it was beautiful. It was really.
I heard people in Watches and Wonder were saying that this is one of the watches that for them was like a totally different experience in the flesh. Like they liked it a lot. Yeah. And I just like how Cartier now is just going up and up and up in the ladder of horology by the watches that they're doing. And this is just an example of what's coming from Cartier in the next years, right?
So that's all the pictures they have there on the on that website, Abdul, that you sent through. So that's all we got. You cool with that? Should we move on?
Yeah.
All right. Going back to one of my other ones here was the Reverso. This is the Tribute chronograph. I'm a really big fan of JLC, even though I don't have any JLC in my watch box. And I got to play with a Reverso a few months ago at a Red Bar, which was really cool. And then seeing this watch, obviously all I can see here is the renders. I haven't really seen the picture, and maybe Thomas, you might want to later on. You might have your pictures of the watch lined up somewhere, but this watch is just amazing, I think, because you've got such a, like, on one side you can see here it's just a straight up Reverso, really that traditional look, and then you flip it over and then you've got this skeletonized chronograph on the other side. I just think it's a banging piece. It's just amazing. Only 11.4 mil thick. Yeah, Jamie's agreeing. Yeah, number one release. Yeah, it's a bang. This is a killer piece, man. The way that they've managed to put the cram everything into that Reverso size. I just think it's a really fun, really just a great piece. My only thing is about when you're activating the chronograph, because it's going to be on that side. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that in the metal. Oh man, that's so good. So good.
Looks gorgeous.
That's the one in rose gold. Yeah, sick watch, man.
It's like a center partition to a grandfather clock, which I actually quite fancy. Yeah,
you're right.
It's like the center part.
Yeah,
the grandfather clock, the center
you're
part.
right.
I like that.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it really was a. I'm not a fan of the skeletonization, but as I say again, when you see it in the metal, it's just really nice.
And the steel one is not too crazy priced either. I think it's sort of in the 20 grand sort of bracket, which is, I look at this and I was sort of thinking it might be more in the, around the 30 something like that. Like when you see complicated Reversos, you automatically think in your head that they're going to be really expensive.
Yeah.
But the steel version is relatively well priced, I think, for what you're getting. I just think it's I agree with Jamie. This is one of my favorite picks from Watches and Wonders. Easy. So we'll leave that one there, and we'll move on to Abdul's next pick here.
Yeah, this Tonda is just one of my favorite releases. I didn't see it in the flesh. One of my favorite because of the, let's say, the connection to it. It has the Hijri perpetual, the Hijri calendar. Basically, the Hijri calendar is like Islamic calendar, and it has Eastern Arabic numerals and also moon phase. So that's I really liked also the Tonda shape. When they brought it out last year for this shape, I really liked it. And what I really like about this watch is that it's this gray. It's just really subdued. Really, you don't get too much color. You don't get too much. It just feels like such a soothing watch. Like normally you wouldn't be able to wear a perpetual calendar every day, but I could see myself wearing this every day without feeling, okay, this is too flashy or too colorful. And just it looks really nice.
Really nice, Abdul. I must say, great pick.
Beautiful.
I love the Hijri calendar on it as well. That's a really nice feature.
The Arabic writings is a very, very. I don't know. Is it rare to find? Yes.
Yeah.
That makes it even more special.
The other Hijri calendar that I saw, maybe the only one that I saw before, was from Konstantin Scheiken. Was from a couple of years ago. He had another one, but other than that, because the issue with it's not the issue with the Hijri calendar is 11 days less than the Gregorian calendar, so you cannot use the same movement. And the months are based on the moon. So basically, if the moon is disappeared, then the next month starts. So you have to correct, let's say, the calendar. So it's really complex, because that's why I think the moon is pretty important to have, because that's how you know that the month is ending or the new month is beginning. So having the moon phase is, in this case, very functional, not only for just having a moon phase, but to be able to know the start of the month and the end of the month.
I love the finishing on this watch. Like, look at like on the side of the bracelet, you got this nice brushing, and then you've got this chamfered edge on the bracelet, which runs down all the side. That's polished, and then you got the polished front, and then it goes to brushed, and then you got this coin edge bezel, and then a polished bit in there, and they really done the details on the finishing of the watch so well as well. Very impressive actually when you look at that. Very cool.
And automatic as well, so you don't have to wind it every 2 days, 3 days for to keep your calendar running. So that's
keep
always
it on
a
a
plus.
winder if you're not wearing it. Yeah,
exactly, always a plus for perpetual calendars.
Boom. Yeah, very nice watch.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got? What have I got? Oh, okay, so this one's an interesting one, I think. Here, this is the Zenith. This is the Defy Skyline Skeleton Ceramic. Okay, so a bit of a mouthful, but I picked this one here. It went all of the other Zeniths stole the limelight during Watches and Wonders, which was the Pilot, the big Pilot and the aviation pieces.
Yeah.
This one snuck under the radar. And I think it's quite a significant release because I don't know if you guys can remember when I was talking about the Gerard Perregaux full ceramic skeleton watch a few months back. There's not many watches in full ceramic in the market at the moment. Okay, if you want a full ceramic watch, you've got to go to AP. The Gerard Perregaux is there, obviously. There's maybe a Panerai or two, which are full ceramic, and then you've got maybe Chanel. But in this style of watch, this sort of integrated bracelet type of full ceramic, there's not many watches out there. So I'm really chuffed that Zenith have brought out a full ceramic piece because it brings a watch to the market. Oh, there we go. Yeah, nice. I just think it's a really, really cool watch, and it's bringing a full ceramic. You're getting that look. If you want that open work, let's call it that AP look, right? If you want that sort of that look, but at a fraction of the price. I think this is at around Swiss francs, something like 17,000. It's expensive, but the orange. The price of entry into that look, for this type of genre of watch, I think this is a really good option that it's giving the market. And obviously it's a nice case on this one, 11.4 mil, I'm going to say. So nice and thin, 41 mil, 60-hour power reserve. And it's got that 1/10 of a second indication going on in the seconds, down the bottom of the dial. So I think this is a really cool watch from Zenith, and I'm really happy that they brought this one out.
Yeah, lovely choice.
What do we got, Abdul? Let's go to the Arnold Son.
Yeah, that's another watch that caught my eye just because of the sheer look of it, just the how cool. I always wanted to have a globe in a watch, like having, and the nearest I could get was this Sega a watch that they released last year that they won the GPHG award, and it's like €1,000 or something like this. But still, I'm really thinking about it. Should I buy it? I'm not gonna use it. But when I saw this one, I really thought, wow, that looks really nice. The whole blue color, the two red arrows for the hours and minutes, and then you have the globe, or half the globe that you can see from a bird's eye perspective. And a really nice touch that they have this jewel in the middle. Like, okay, this is the jewel in the middle. Yeah, I think, I don't know.
The Globetrotter is not new though, is it? Like, I mean, the Globetrotter that Arnold & Son have had one for quite a while now. What's this new about this one? Is it the platinum and the blue, or just the platinum?
Blue. Platinum and blue, yeah.
The platinum
Before
blue,
that, it didn't, when it doesn't catch your eye so much, you see it and you're like, okay. But somehow when you know that it's platinum and you know that it will feel hefty on the wrist, like this will be heavy, and just the blue, somehow this degradé blue going from a light blue to the darker blue at the edges just looks somehow more appealing for the eye.
I love the fact it's a 3D globe as well.
Yeah, yeah,
That's full. That's crazy, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's like the world.
Man,
It's a
Arnold and
world
Son
time.
they just don't get much credit, Arnold and Son, but they've got some amazing pieces, I think.
Agree.
Some really, really
Yeah, you're
nice
right,
pieces
JCB.
there.
They really got to pump up the
Yeah,
marketing.
and this one also is new. They
Look at that loom.
added some loom on the globe and the hands. This makes it even much more better for me, because I think the older one didn't have loom.
Boom! Look at that.
Beautiful movement as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, got a video. Let's check this out. Turn the sound off. So I'm assuming the globe is all done in platinum as well.
I think so.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And I can see that they have different parts of the map, so I don't know if you get to yeah, the globe.
Yeah, northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, I think. Oh no, it's got a full globe on this one.
Yeah, and it just revolves the whole globe as well.
Yeah.
Where's Australia? Australia, mate.
I think it might be northern hemisphere on this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Northern hemisphere.
Man, that's an artwork, man.
Yeah.
You can get one with the southern hemisphere as well if you want.
Wow. The inner dial is beautiful. Not from this angle, you can actually see that there's this plate. Well, it's got like I call it a plate. It's like a plate with a rim, the numerical rim. It's beautiful.
Yeah, this numerical rim is like a 24-hour dial, so basically you can at a glance have an idea what time zone is the other country is. So it's useful in that sense as well.
Cool, nice one. All right, we'll move on to another skeleton watch for you, Thomas. I know you love your skeletons. Maybe not as much as Jeffrey Dahmer does, but okay. But you love skeletons. This is the Czapek Antarctique skeleton. Now I'm a massive fan of Czapek, but for some reason the Antarctique line, believe it or not, just didn't really do it for me, because I've just felt like they were boring. Like, I'm not really a three-hander kind of guy, and when I look at the Antarctique, it just didn't do it for me. But now that they've got the skeleton version, now it makes it interesting for me, and I can get what I get about the Czapek is the way that, not that I've worn it, but I can imagine, and the dimensions that this watch is 41. I think it's 11.1 mil. It's really nice and slim. And that beautiful C-link bracelet, I reckon this watch would just wear really cool, and I think it would look really cool as well. So I think Czapek really pulled out a nice one with this piece. So yeah, that's the Czapek. What do we got next, Abdul? We got the
Did you bring up a picture of the Czapek?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at the
perfect.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool piece, man. This one, yeah, you can see the hands sort of disappear a little bit into the dial, don't they? It's not the most legible skeleton I've seen, but I think if you're cruising around, like daily wear, and you've got natural light, it'll probably be much better. You'd be able to see the hands, I reckon. But yeah, I think they've made the Antarctique line has just sort of become quite interesting for me now. I'm much more into their complicated pieces, their tourbillons and their chronographs in particular. I really like those. But now with this, it's not even a three-hander; it's a two-hander. Yeah, cool piece.
Yeah, Orange Chances, he really likes the bracelet. Second behind the stream.
Really
Second
cool.
behind the streamer. Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think you had some pictures of other Czapeks you had in the in our WhatsApp, Tom. Maybe you might bring them up later. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I'll bring them up now if you want.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
A few of the Czapeks.
Was this like on the independence part of the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the Czapek, the new one they introduced, the on a rubber strap. Another Czapek chronograph, which was skeletonized.
Yeah. This is a split second chronograph, isn't it?
Wow.
This one, I think. Yeah.
This one, I really like this one.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it's called the Place Vendôme, I think. This is that one.
And the Adventuring Dial chronograph.
So
man,
beautiful.
so good.
Beautiful.
This is my jam. The Czapek chronographs. I just love them. I think they're amazing watches.
Beautiful
really cool.
adventure.
Yeah.
And another green. I think that's calendar.
Can't remember what this one's called, but yeah.
Are these cathedral hands, right? So nice.
No, it's there's a story to the hands. There's a big story to the hands, and that design. It escapes me for the minute what the story is, but there's a bit of a story to it. Yeah.
Then they brought out some women's colors, which were really nice. The pink and the sort of
okay,
blue almost.
Yeah, cool. What size are they? Do you know?
They were slightly smaller, probably about 30, 38 maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
JCB, is it the Fleur de Lis hands? Is it?
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah,
looks like
something like that. It's I can't remember, man, but I remember reading about it. Like it's some design that they had back in the day when they were back when back when Czapek was actually a brand back in the day, before it got phoenixed or whatever.
Yeah. So your next pick, the chronograph. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's a Grail watch. That's a watch that dream Grail watch. Let's say.
Yeah.
What can I say? It's just perfect in every way. You have a amazing complication done in a different way with a kind of remontoire back system here on the 3 o'clock. Just looks so nice, so different, and they made it on this beautiful color combination, gray, white, and you have the blue hands, so elegant. Just for me, this is the perfect watch. If I'm choosing one watch that I would wear my whole life, this would be it.
Yeah, it's pretty sick watch, man.
Yeah.
Is the tantalum material? Is that what's new for Watches and Wonders? Because they released this one a little while ago, didn't they? The chronograph.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're making only 25 pieces in tantalum, and
oh shit!
Just
get on the list, mate.
Yeah, I think the list is already already finished. Yeah, it's just this.
Boom! Look at that.
That's the money shot here. That's where all the effort goes. That's amazing. Just amazing piece of engineering.
What I love about what these guys do is that when you look at a Gronefeld from the back, like you can just tell that's what it is. Like there's no mistaking what it is.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's a really cool thing to be able to do, to a movement. I think it's, I don't know, the way they finish these things, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, everything on this watch, they designed it from the ground up. New chronograph system, new movement, new dial-up layout. So it just shows you how these two brothers are like masters of watchmaking. Really is amazing.
Absolutely.
Orange hands comments, very interesting.
Yeah, makes Lange look basic. Really, true.
Yeah.
It'd be good to put it next to a triple split movement, and then you can see.
I met Bart Grunfeld, and he's such a nice man, and he's been showing me the chronograph, and
cool.
Beautiful.
Nice.
You look like brothers. Yeah, you both look like brothers.
There's the back of it, and it really is a stunning piece. You show me the quick reset function on this on the second. So the seconds tick away, and then when he stops, they instead of resetting quickly, the second hand resets really slowly.
Just amazing system, right?
So it goes back slowly rather than quickly.
Okay.
And you just show me the back there.
It's a slow back, not a fly back.
Yeah,
crawl back.
Yeah. Just a stunning watch, really was.
Cool. I've got a couple more photos. I'll click through. Yeah, I think on that, what's that, like a snake skin strap?
Snake skin, yeah, python, yeah.
Python. That
looks so nice.
That's a cool
It matches
touch.
the face of the watch.
You don't see much.
Matches.
Yeah, you don't see much python skin stuff these days.
Yeah.
Like coming out of a, coming out of a manufacturer.
Exactly. Yeah. I actually, after seeing the pictures and everything, I was making a strap for the Lorique on ABP Paris concept, and I chose everything, and I didn't buy it yet. But now I was rethinking. I'm still rethinking it on getting python leather instead of crocodile. Yeah, the python look really nice.
Yeah, cool. We'll move on from that one. Another skeleton for you, Thomas. Your favorite. Again, this is the Montblanc. I think it's got a stupid name. It's like the Secret Minerva Mono Pusher Chronograph. Something along those lines. So I just think this watch just looks amazing. I don't know too. Well, the only thing I don't like is the 12 at the top. I just think that just looks, the font is some sort of weird. But besides that, beautiful watch. It's got this sand. It's got a blasted case. So this looks like a pilot's chronograph from the 20s, but like it's sort of modernized or something. It's this weird mix of really old and really new, and I just think it's a really, really interesting piece. So Montblanc, I think the story goes they bought Minerva back in 2007-ish, something like that, and they found these movements, these mono pusher movements, which they cased up into these really cool watches, and they've skeletonized them and done the open work and all that sort of stuff. So just a really, really interesting piece. I think I really like this one. Maybe the only small issue might be the size. I think it's a 43 mil by like 14.1. So it's on the larger side, but I think that's again maybe fitting in with that aviation watch, with that pilot's chronograph sort of vibe. The size might not be too bad, I think. So yeah, that's that Minerva. I just think it's a really interesting looking piece. So that was that one. Not sure. I think it's super limited as well. Maybe about 80 pieces, and don't know the price. I couldn't tell you.
With the Minerva movement, it would be
58
pieces. Yeah, minimum 25K, right? Minimum.
Let's have a look. What do you got, Abdul? Let's see. Oh, no, man.
36. Wow.
Add another 10.
Wow.
Yeah, look, it's a lot. 36. That's in USD. Would you spend that much on a Montblanc? I'm not sure. That's a question for you to answer.
I would get the GLC that you showed us, to be honest. If I'm paying that amount of money.
And it's cost less too, the JLC.
Exactly. And you get 2 watches, right? You get a chronograph and you get a dress watch at the same time.
Yeah, I think you're right, Abdul. I think you're right, mate. What else we got? Yeah, I think you've got. This is an interesting one. Tell us about this one, buddy.
Yeah, I was looking through the novelties, and I remember one couple of times I went to boutiques, and the guys working in the boutiques were wearing this brand. I think it's Pekin. Yeah, right.
Pahelion.
Pahelion?
Pacquignon, yeah, Pacquignon. And I really like, I'm not a big fan of like busy watches, but this one seemed somehow like the Lange one with the Lumen. There was a release from Lange that had loomed inner dials and see-through a dial where you can see everything in the movement. So it gives you the feeling that you have a skeleton watch, but you don't get to see the movement in the back, which I quite like. And I felt, wow, this looks very interesting. Just how the day, date, how they are placed, the moon phase. You have a retrograde seconds on the left hand. A retrograde power reserve, and then
power reserve,
and the right hand you have the running seconds.
Yeah.
So, and the case shape looked really nice. I like this lug shape. So that was more or less only aesthetic feeling from my side. I just wanted to have one watch that totally different than let's say the other ones, and I felt this one offers this totally different feeling.
Cool, nice one. All right, just getting conscious of time, so we'll move it along. The other watch I didn't mind was the Lange, the Odysseus chronograph as well. So this one ticks all the boxes for me. I'm a Lange fan. I'm a chronograph fan. Not a huge fan of the Odysseus, but here I think that's made it interesting. And I think it's a pretty cool piece. Interesting way that they've set out the chronograph as well, because you have running seconds and chronograph minutes running off the pinion, in the middle. So interesting. So you've got your running seconds obviously for your movement, but your chronograph seconds and minutes running off the big hands in the middle as well. So sort of a new way of presenting a chronograph, which is pretty cool. There you go. Yeah, it looks good in the metal too. You can see as well there, Thomas, the texture on the dial. So it's a sector. You get a good sector, nice sector pieces on the dial, which is really cool.
Yeah, the other one, I wasn't too much a fan of this, to be honest with you. The other ones I liked for this one, the titanium one, I thought was gorgeous.
Yeah,
really nice.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
I like the black and red more, because the black and red gives you this boom,
white
sporty look.
The white gold on the strap was gorgeous as well.
That's nice.
Yeah, cool. I'm wondering whether how this watch would look on a rubber strap. I think
much better. I think on a rubber.
I think so.
Strap.
Yeah,
much better.
You know how when they brought out the white gold on the rubber strap on the Odysseus a couple of years back, maybe this one would be better placed on a rubber, I think. There's something about the bracelet on the Odysseus that just still is not right. Like the way the lugs are, and it's just I don't know, it just still doesn't work for me. So yeah, chuck it on rubber, and I think this one would be a winner.
Black rubber with a red accent, maybe, really nice.
Yep. And I think we'll move on to your. I think this is your last one that I had.
My last
Abdul,
pick, yeah.
Yeah. So I think which one? This is the
Jubilee one. Yeah, that's the one.
The Jubilee. Yeah, this is cool. Thanks.
I chose this one just because. Oh, that's no. Yeah, that's the oyster one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's the one. So I chose this one because I had the Black Bay, the first one, the red, that released in 2013. First Black Bay in line, and I loved the watch, to be honest. I really loved it, and I enjoyed it so much. I was wearing it a lot, swimming, doing everything with it, and I just had to sell it to fund this lyrique. And I've been contemplating getting one back, but after they released this one, I'm really contemplating getting this one because it's just a fantastic looking watch. And I love that they released also the rubber version, because I actually had mine always on rubber. So I had a rubber strap. I had it always on rubber, and when I wanted to dress it up, I had a red shark leather strap that matched the bezel. So I just put it on this red leather strap, and it looked fantastic. So for me, this is a great move by Tudor, reducing the lines on the 6 o'clock, because there was a lot of text. Now it's minimal text, and the only thing I'm missing is the smiley, because mine had a smiley with the ETA, the smiley look. Really nice. But I like also that the bezel now has more sharp edges, so it's easier to grip, because mine was not that easy to grip. And the Jubilee looks on it really good. Really
good. Abdul, it really does, and I really like the fact that they've done a rubber one as well. It looks like an Oyster Flex sort of Submariner.
Exactly.
But how really cool is that though? If you got like you buy the one on the Jubilee, and then you pick up the rubber strap as well, and then
that's the plan. Yeah,
you got two watches, which are really two watches in one. I think very cool.
Yeah.
Russell, and apparently, go on, Thomas.
Saying that the Odysseus Chrono is too large and too expensive. Same price as a triple split.
Is it really? Is it that much?
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, the size. Yeah, Russell, I agree. The size is a bit big. I think it's nearly 42. Like it's 41.5, I think, and about 14.3. So yeah, it's a bit on the big side. I forgot to mention that's probably my only down negative to the watch that I could think of was the size. Yeah, agree.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that much.
Says the crown on the black base is way better. Looks less like a barrel.
Yep.
Yeah. And apparently, I was going to say, apparently they've slimmed it down as well. The case. I don't know how much but one of the things I hated about the original Black Bay 41 was that slabby case. It's it was a bit of a nightmare for me. I didn't dig it, but I think they've addressed it a bit.
It was thick, but that's why I used to wear it on a rubber, because when you wear it on rubber, you can really tighten it up on your wrist, and somehow it felt really like when I wear it on a bracelet, I felt like, oh, that's too big, like that's massive.
The rubber helps, yep.
Yeah. So you
got this is. I think I might have had one more, Thomas. I think this was the Patek, the 5178G.
Absolutely stunning.
Wow. I had to repeater.
I had to get some Pateks in here, and
this is my favorite Patek.
This one there were so many good ones. I mean, it was hard to pick. It's hard to pick one, but when I looked at this one, obviously, the minute repeater, it's super slim, and that dial is just a work of art. So 3D, and then you've got the Breguet numerals as well. Like this whole watch, everything about it is just phenomenal. Absolute, dream watch. Beautiful piece.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at this photo, you can really see the dial.
Yeah.
Just bear with me. Just look at that dial.
Wow. Wow.
Something else. It's
Amazing, yeah.
Man, I wonder. I mean, I'm not going to even bother to think about how much this would cost, but I'm thinking about the production. Like, how many would they make of these things? It'd have to be bugger all, like 2 or 3 a year or something like that. Because the amount of work that would have to go into that, obviously, it's probably just one dude, a couple of dudes maybe in the whole Patek factory making these watches.
Yeah, this dial, right? It's definitely takes a lot of time if you're doing it with a hand lace guilloche, right?
Take care, Russell. Great to have you on.
Take care, Russell. Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
So, that was it for me, guys.
You got any picks, Y2K?
Well, you guys already got 3 of my picks.
Oops.
The reverse. Don't worry about the reversal. The Patek. The Tudor. Yes, the one that I would say that attracted me would be the Tudor Pepsi. Is that what you call it?
412,000 pounds.
Wow.
That's pounds as well.
That's €500,000.
Yeah. So that one. The Tudor Pepsi, as you called me, and actually, with respect to Tudor, I'm also quite liking the new Tudor Royal. Yeah. The Tudor Royal, I'll just make it very quick.
They've got
the
a
Tudor
new
Royal
one?
has the Tudor Royal apparently has. Let me just briefly
Salmon
share
dial,
my-
right?
I think it's the brown one.
One thing, while you're doing that, Y2K, I just wanted to mention something to the punters, which is that we didn't pick any Rolex because we picked, we had non-Rolex favorite pieces. So Tudor being the exception because it's not Rolex.
So
obviously,
that was the one you liked, the Alpine dial GMT.
This one is pretty. This is one of them that actually caught my eye as well. Yeah, I saw this one apparently at Watches of Switzerland here in Singapore. I think they are probably starting to push up the sales on it very shortly. So I saw it.
Yeah, I've heard they're out already. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've actually seen this one pop up in the shop already. So I'm just waiting up for my AD to set me up at an appointment. I'll go in and take a look at it. And the other Tudor that caught my eye. Sorry?
Nearest to the Pan Am Rolex GMT,
the GMT, yeah,
the albino dial. It's gorgeous. I think it's going to be a huge hit. This one.
Give me a moment. Let me find the Royal up. Okay.
And the Royal looks like a Datejust, right? More or less.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So this is another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I already own one Royal with a champagne dial. So this is the new one that actually caught my eye. And I think, to be honest, Watches and Wonders this year was okay for me. I've seen all of it. I felt that Tudor was really something that really won me over quite a fair amount because I have actually in total like 3 watches I do like from Tudor already. Yeah, and then there's one more. The Bulgari. Let me just stop share there and then pull up the Bulgari. Where are you?
I think they also released a new color, right? This salmon dial that caught my eyes.
For the Tudor?
For the Tudor, yeah.
Yes, I believe they did. Yeah. The other one.
I like the Octo Roma chronograph.
Yes, the Octo Roma line was actually something that caught my eye a lot. Yeah. I think. Yeah. So this is the world timer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Octo Finissimo and now the Octo Roma line, I think the Octo Roma line has a lot to really deliver. Yeah, but that would be just my take for this. Yeah, there was a Patek that I did like, but I really need to see it in person before I can really make a decision. Yeah.
Dude, what are you wearing? Is that a Speedy on mesh?
Very good catch.
Show us, man.
Sapphire sandwich.
Nice.
Let me get it right. Yeah, sapphire sandwich. If you say,
Nice.
if you really want to say like wristwatch check, actually, there's one more watch just beneath me here. It's my.
Oh.
It's being dried out because
Boom.
raining today, and I went to the dentist this morning with this watch. Then I went out for lunch with my mother with this watch. So I kind of like, okay, today it's your day. Today it's
Mesh
your day.
day.
I'm trying to get
Mesh day,
all the watches like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like taking the dog for a walk. You know, so I yeah. But you guys know me. I like mesh because it's so comfortable. I barely feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially in the heat, hot weather, it's a really comfortable.
And I don't have a lot of hairy arms, but hey, these mesh things don't like catch on and
Yeah, they
rip
don't
out
catch.
they don't catch up the hairs in your arm. So it's actually very good. I mean, this one is the default one that came with the blow cloth.
The watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stunning watch to blow off. I love it.
So right now, I would say that the blow cloth is one of my favorite pieces, and I would die before I actually sell it off. Or I would lose my mind if I actually sold it off. Or something.
Yeah, that's cool, that watch, man.
IJP, great.
I don't know if any of you guys know about Paul Thorpe. Last night was doing a bit of a sale on his side, and he was selling off his Paul Thorpe was selling off his blow cloth, the one with the black one with the orange strap.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. So in total today, if you want to do wristwatch check, is really 2 watches. It's just that I didn't wear this because it's actually being dried out. I washed it with like baby soap and everything.
Okay.
The toothbrush to scrub the mesh because I do sweat quite a bit. So I had to open up the extension here, let it air out, dry it up, and air out before I close it back up. Yeah.
Yep. Nice. Bit of
Thank you.
maintenance.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you really got to get them out. You know, like this week. Like this week, I got a lot of pieces out that gives them a lot of airtime. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been stuck with two watches now since I came back from Egypt, because I got the N Ordain the day I came back from Egypt. It arrived, so I wore it until this one came, and I wore this since it came. So just
Beautiful.
the honeymoon phase with the watches.
Nice.
I feel my other watches screaming in the watch box, "Hey, wear me!"
They will be telling you, Abdul, yalla, yalla.
Let's go.
What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. But I opened like the manual wind watches. I already give them a wind. The automatic ones, I put them on the winder a bit just to give them a little bit of, let's say, simulated action.
Oh yeah. Thomas, before I forget, I found some pictures of I saw an antique shop today that sold some pocket watches, and I straight away thought about you. So I was like, I'll send you these pictures.
Great.
Nice.
'Cause you're a pocket watch man. You like pocket watches. Yeah. See, there was an antique shop, and there was like lots of them there.
Oh, lovely. Wow.
Nice.
I like this one. Apparently, that one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that looks really unique, really nice with the
get a closer,
open work.
closer shot
Yeah.
at that one, right there.
Yeah, really nice.
I'll forward it to you, Thomas. Yeah.
How much were they?
I don't know actually. Yeah, I don't know if you recognize this brand. I just zoomed it a bit. Let me see if you can read it.
Gorgeous.
Really nice.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, I've got to find out what this one is.
Yeah, that looks
Jovis?
really nice.
It says Jovis 8 days or something.
8 days. Wow, it has an 8 days power
It's
reserve.
8 days. Right here, it says 8 days there. So this is what Jovis? 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 Yeah. So.
Nice. So, Thomas, do you want to Tell us about some of your highlights, mate. What was your what were your thoughts? Positives, negatives? Give us the rub.
Go through more pictures if you want. I mean,
maybe just the ones that the ones that stood out. The ones that really caught your eye and impressed you. Be really interested to get your view and your thoughts, mate.
Well, of course, we go back to Rolex and the Yachtmaster 42. The new Yachtmaster really stood out to me. It was like a Submariner Mark II.
Yeah.
And this is how I think of the modern contemporary Submariner should look like.
Yeah.
It was just a stunning piece. I love the raised numerals on the bezel. It just looked really, really nice.
Answer me this, on the sub, how the sides of the case and the bracelet are polished. Does it have that on this, or is it fully brushed? Like, is the whole thing brushed?
I didn't get to see the sides actually that much, but I don't know whether I can see.
Oh, that's right. I'm sure there's some. Oh, can you go back a photo? See that Daytona there, the white gold one in the middle?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Daytona release, and no one has really covered it. Like, no one's like none of the media have picked up on it. That this is the new white gold, full white gold that replaces the old blue dial one. So I'm calling this one. I'm calling it the new John Mayer Daytona. That's my.
Right.
Yeah, I'm calling it.
Very nice.
Very nice one.
You heard it here first. JCB's pick, the new John Mayer.
JCB John Mayer.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's why they didn't talk about the JCB because the display case back on the platinum.
Yeah, it was all about this one, wasn't it? It was all about the display case back, which is just like bizarre that we're talking about a freaking display case back on a watch, right? But
as if it's what an amazing achievement, right?
it's like
But like, this proves the whole theory about Tudor is the testing factory of Rolex. Because Tudor last year came out with the see-through case back in the 925 and their gold one, right? They had the two, and they had like the ceramic one with the see-through case back. That was only 3 models with see-through case backs, and Rolex didn't have any except the Prince back then.
Yeah, I think they've had them on maybe in the Cellini, maybe one or two of the Cellinis as well. They've had see-through casebacks on some of them, but is this a sign of things to come? I mean, are we going to see see-through casebacks on on a GMT, for example, or on maybe a sub one day? I don't know. I hope so. I mean, they should bring it out on everything.
There's your watch, JCB.
Oh man, beautiful. Love them. I mean, look at the gold is pretty good too. I've got to say.
Bling bling.
Oh yeah. I think it's pretty much unanimous, like amongst the watch community, that these GMTs were like the favorites for most people. I think 90% of people were like, the GMT. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, really nice ones.
Thomas,
yes, what
is it? I remember you said something about the Milgauss.
Discontinued, right?
Discontinued.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have a Milgauss, is that right?
Yeah, I was wearing mine at the show. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a blue Milgauss. I mean, there's the sprites. They're last year's news.
White gold.
These are nice. These
So there's a 36 mil day dates, aren't they?
36 mil day dates. The Carillion Orange, the Aquamarine, and the Green Aventurine. And you see the Green Aventurine just sparkling.
Nice. Very nice. I think as a lady's watch, that's...
Yeah, that would be a lady's watch for me, because diamonds I don't do diamonds.
Yeah, diamond in
Sorry.
these, you can get it with a fluted bezel.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the diamond is very much feminine, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the marine, but the Carillion orange is gorgeous.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. Imagine you saw a lady walking down the street wearing that.
Well,
Nice.
I think this could be a men's watch as well with a fluted bezel.
Yeah.
I think a lot of men. I mean, in
Yeah.
the Asian market and the Indian market, in the Eastern
In Asia as well, for sure.
Yeah.
Arabic, I think the Arabic market. I think these will be very popular. I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
so much gold and so many diamond encrusted pieces. I think that a lot of these are aimed at the Arabic market, and hi Bobby, good to see you, my
Bobby.
friend.
Yeah, shout out to
Bobby.
Bobby and Maison One.
Maison.
Who's
Hi, Maison.
been lurking.
Maison.
Who's been lurking, the lurker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
look,
think-
dudes, there'll be a lot of dudes that'll want to buy these watches for sure.
Yeah.
Just not,
It can
just
be-
not me.
Not
The
me as
Arabic
well. It's too much, right? You have the gold, that's one blink. The diamonds around the bezel.
In the
That's the
chili
second
right
one.
Abdul.
Yeah, it's too much. Like even the ones on the dial for me are too much. Like if you remove all the diamonds from the watch, it would be perfect for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's taste, right? Everybody has different tastes.
Yeah,
Sure.
a lot of like rappers and the hip hop community would be queuing up for
Yeah.
those ones, for sure.
These were interesting. The 1908, the new dress watch they've introduced.
Yeah, give us your thoughts on this in the metal, Thomas. How was it? How did it look?
Well, some say it looks a bit like the Dufour Simplicity, but I really like it, to be honest with you. I think it could be a bit of a winner. Some say that you have to buy it as a gateway to Daytona, UAD, but I love the Explorer, the sort of 1016 numerals on a dress watch. I really liked it. I really liked it. The white gold was my favorite.
You might be right, Tom, about this gatekeeper. That makes a lot of sense, right? If you want to buy a hot watch, buy one of the watches that don't sell. And I think the issue is nobody thinks about Rolex and dress watches. Like if you're getting a Rolex, you're getting a sports watch. Most of the people want to get a watch that you can wear it every day, go swim with it, go to travel with, is recognizable as well. But if you're wearing this one, it's not so recognizable. You cannot go swimming with it. It doesn't tick all the boxes for me, I'd say.
Yeah.
I didn't like this watch at first. When I first saw it and it hit the media, I just was not into it. But the more I looked at it and the more I studied it, it started growing on me, actually. I thought, this is pretty cool looking dress watch. I didn't mind it at all. The only thing that I'm a bit not happy with is the dial. It's quite flat. It's a sort of a very matte dial, and I just feel like that might have been better if they glossed it up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Just seems like it's too flat, like it's very matte. Go back one. So that's the new Cermet, right?
Yeah.
So what have they done? Apparently they've just changed the green color on the bezel or something.
I don't know what they've done to it, to be honest with you. I think they've lightened the green a bit to try and make it a bit more like the original Kermit.
Kermit, yeah. It's just they right click on the design, put the shade a little bit down, and make a new watch, right?
That was what I was gonna say, Abdul. Really, it's a cucumber. It's cucumber Kermit now.
Yeah.
Kermit, I love that. That's great. Yeah. And then these ones. What do you think of these ones?
I like them. It's such a fun watch. It just looks like if you want to get a watch for your wife or girlfriend, significant other, or even for you or yourself, but you're a really fun guy, flamboyant, who wears a lot of colors, that might be a good watch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear it, to be honest. But
Yeah,
I think
no,
my wife would love.
I'm not wearing one of those. No way.
I call it the hippie Rolex. The hippie Rolex.
Yeah. It's
That's
for
one
the
that
people who a lot of colorful stuff wear.
And I would buy that, chuck it in a safe, and keep
Yep.
it there for 20 years, and then pull it out and put it into a Phillips auction or something, and then make 100 grand. That's what I would do. That's the only reason I would buy one.
Definitely a collector's piece and an investment.
Yep.
That's all it is. Right. Same with that puzzle watch. You know that puzzle date?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually like that watch. I reckon it's cool because it's so weird. But I don't think I would wear it. But I would buy it to put in the safe. And I don't think you can actually buy them. Like they're super limited.
It's priced on
from what I've heard. Yeah. Something like that.
Hi, young
Excellency.
Hello, young Excellency.
Have a good walk.
See you, my friend.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy the walk. Yeah.
Now this.
Grandmaster. This is something.
Grandmaster chimes, and just you never see these watches you're never going to see these watches apart from on people like Jay-Z's wrist and
Jay-Z, Mark Wahlberg, I think's got one.
These are just fascinating. I mean, got this little video here.
Fuck!
That's like
look at that thing,
2.5 million francs, something like that.
Jesus Christ!
Full baguette.
That is insane.
Wow, it's just crazy.
Got the calendar on the back, the petrol calendar.
That's nuts.
Thomas, any details on the numbers for this piece?
On the numbers? What do you mean?
Like the price?
Pricing?
No
that
idea.
One there. Yeah.
I mean, you'd be talking a good £1 million or something.
Well, that one with the full, that one.
I think with the full one is
at
least two, right?
That's like, I would be more, man.
Yeah,
that would be more, like
5 million. Yeah,
I reckon 5. I reckon 5 for that.
Because the normal one was like 2.3 million or something like that. So
yeah. The normal one.
The normal one, exactly.
Yeah, there's the.
Man.
Exactly.
What's
this
that?
costs
the 517.
500,000 €. So if this one costs like this, you get the other one is a master complication with everything. So
that watch, like you could wear that, like you could just wear that, like I mean, it's a dress watch. You could just wear that every day with a suit, like to the office, and like you would know what it is. Other people would just sort of, I don't know. I mean, they'd look at the dial, but like it's just sort
they
of.
Would think a nice Calatrava.
It's
right.
It's a really just looking at it now, it's a really good mix of like in your face special watch, but also under the radar watch too. It straddles that line, I reckon.
Yeah.
Really
Stealth
cool
wealth.
Yeah, stealth wealth. This is an amazing watch.
I like the dials because it was like it's the trippy kind of dial when you're on something. A Doctor Who Patek Philippe.
Yeah.
There's Russell's come in with the price, £3.7 million for the Emerald one. Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely amazing.
Wow.
And there's the new World Time.
World Time, yeah.
Geneva.
I don't know about this boat on the boat picture. I'm not a fan of that. I prefer
the ferry, is it?
Globe.
Whatever the fuck it is, yeah.
Yeah,
it's like a barge. It's a barge.
Yeah.
It's a Swiss barge, man. Come on.
I think this watch.
You gotta have the globe, man.
Yeah.
You gotta have
This one is made for people living in Geneva their whole life, and they want to get something for Geneva. You know, like any other place, put the globe on it. Just give me the globe.
It's for a banker who works in Geneva.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you notice, guys? The straps are all in one shade of blue and in a different shade of blue. And it seems like there's a theme going on in the straps.
Crocodile.
Blue theme.
Ah,
I don't know
Except
what
this one.
this is ridiculous. This one, so Tobian.
Yeah.
ooh.
This is this watch. I think it came out last year or the year before.
Some
I
calendar.
remember.
I
Yeah, I
just,
remember looking at this.
can't tell the time on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Hi, Peruka.
Yeah.
My
Hello,
Peruka.
Peruka.
I must thank Peruka for he was a great guy. He met up with me and we went to the AHCI show, the Academy Horology Day Creator Independent show.
That's the place to go.
Wow.
That's
So-
amazing. Yeah.
What's that, Thomas? That's after Watches and Wonders, right?
That was on Sunday, yeah, and we saw some amazing watches. I met some amazing people. Met Sven Anderson, who made the design the back of the
Fuck.
Drake and
Cool.
Joker.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, because he brought out a few. There's a few new. There's a couple of new Jokers that he brought out, right?
Yeah, and they're his world time watches.
Wow.
So I thought big shout out to Peruka, Swiss, for meeting me on Sunday and showing me around this, inviting me to this show. He was a gentleman, and yeah, we saw some amazing watches. There's Sven
Got
Anderson.
LA Meth Witch in the house as well. G'day.
LA.
Hey.
Hey, LA. Welcome.
Yeah, there's me with Hajime Asuoka. His watch, the Tourbillon Noir.
Nice.
Japanese watch making at its best.
Nice.
Beautiful watch. There you
Wow.
see the back of it, and he was letting me try it on wrist. It's a 37mm dress watch.
Beautiful.
That's a cool piece, man.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous watch, and really was beautiful. Got some David Kando watches. These are all independents, so this is day after Watches and Wonders, and this was a much more intimate show.
Yep.
Where you really get to meet the watchmakers, talk to them, and you know, try on the watches as well.
Man, this guy's making some crazy stuff. What's going on there?
David Kando, yeah. And the crown is on the 6 o'clock, so you press on the crown, and then you can set up the watch and then push it back again.
Yeah,
It's pretty
right.
cool. Yeah, it was my favorite part of Basel World back then was the AHCI booths. Amazing people, amazing watchmakers, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, here's some Cariboulanens.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just got Voutilainen written all over it. That watch. Yeah.
There's
What written over it? JCB?
Voutilainen.
Oh,
Carry Voutilainen. Yeah. The lugs and the dial.
The lugs.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I always catch on with the dial that industrial metal.
Oh, that's the Vianney
Vianney
Halter.
Halter.
The space watch,
Halter.
right?
Yeah, the deep space
Wow.
Tourbillon. This is amazing.
This is
Just amazing to see.
wow.
And he's an amazing guy. I talked to him, and he's a big Star Trek fan. And he's really chuffed that this watch has actually been into space on an astronaut's wrist. And,
Really?
Nice.
Okay.
Amazing.
Wrist. So he's really, really chuffed that he was saying, "Oh, I'm a big Star Trek fan. And I used to watch Captain Kirk, and this has actually been to space on Captain Kirk's wrist." And he was such an amazing guy.
I remember when that watch came out like a few years ago, and seeing the animations of it.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah, unreal.
mean, it's a triple axis tourbillon, so it rotates, turns round, it turns round, and it takes round. It's just amazing. Some of his other watches.
Oh, he's got the gem set one. That's all gem set, is it? Yeah, okay.
Another Vianney Halter one.
He was one of the first guys to collaborate with Max Buser when Max Buser was when he was running Harry Winston. One of the first Opus watches is a Vianney Halter collab. Yeah.
This is Constantine Shakin's latest watch. It tells the day underneath. You can see it's got the day on the smile, so it tells the day of the week. This is 38,000 euros. This one, so it's going up, moving up in the world now. Is Constantine Shakin, but he was a lovely guy to talk to.
Yeah, amazing guy. Really cool.
Chatting.
Oh, that's a cool photo, man. You got a photo with the man.
Yeah, I got photos with all these watchmakers.
Awesome.
Nice. Beautiful.
Really nice laid back bloke.
He's like one of the superstars in the industry now, man.
It's like meeting your heroes. This show. It's like meeting all your heroes.
Yeah.
He's almost like a pioneer architect of all this design. Yeah.
This one was Ludwig Balois. Yeah.
Also amazing guy. Really cool.
That's Vianney Halter.
That's Vianney Halter, yep.
Yeah. And this is Ludwig Balois' upside down watch.
Fantastic watch.
Yeah.
The correct time always switches to the right position. So
yes, I can see it's 10 past 10 there.
I think you brought this one up on a show a couple of months back, didn't you, Thomas? Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
So it's the retrograde minute hand regulator. Sorry, minute hand goes round, and then the correct number. All the numbers are upside down, but the correct one flips round.
Yeah.
At the hour.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's me with Ludwig. And there's another one with Eastern Arabic numerals.
Wow.
Oh, the dial is beautiful. It's got Samba's dial effect.
It's like meteorite, actually.
Oh, meteorite? Oh.
Yeah, meteorite.
I reckon that's meteorite.
Wow, it looks so nice.
There's Bernard Lederer. These are amazing. These are two escapements in. And the seconds, these were both second dials, but the hands went in opposite directions. So the top one ticked first, and then the bottom one would tick in the opposite direction, and then the top one would tick to the left, tick to the right. Sorry, bottom one to the left, top to the right, bottom one to the left. So the seconds were ticking in opposite directions, and the two escapements made the watch more precise.
Yeah. Wow. Cool. I reckon that was a GPHG watch maybe last year or the year before.
It might have been.
Yeah.
That was the back.
I reckon it was.
So you see the two escapements, and it was just fascinating.
Yeah.
There's the watch again. He's the actual watch he let me try on, and you see the back of it there and the front of it there.
Amazing.
And there's me with him. Good old Bernard Lederer.
That's a cool watch, yeah. Very nice.
This was interesting. Lin Yonghua, a Chinese watchmaker. This is on the wrist of Swiss. Yeah, just to show you that not all Chinese watches are that rubbish. And then there's horology out of China.
Nice.
And this just, I mean, that off-center rotor just Lovely. This was another one which had a musical instrument themed. It was a record player themed watch with a musical notes on the back of the dial and a record player on the front.
Nice.
Very creative.
For the elegance of vinyl records, it says on it.
Nice.
Cool.
This is a quick video of the Sven Anderson watch.
Oh, it's actually animated.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing. Now this is the back of the watch, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow. Great to entertain the kids with it. So Batman.
Wow. Yeah, I think collaborations is the way to go, right? You're getting the best of both worlds, getting the best of Anderson and Scheiken.
Absolutely.
That's pretty. Yeah.
Me and Vincent Calabrese. I mean, he's been in the watch industry. He's been making watches 60 years now. Vincent Calabrese. And just amazing how he's one of the originals. These ones I can't remember who they're by, but I just took pictures of them anyway. Just fascinating watches. And the movement.
Yeah, amazing.
Kudoki. Yeah.
Wow.
And his watches. I mean, some great watches from Stefan Kudoki. This is his latest one, the Kudoki 3. You can see the hours pointing.
Yeah, what's going on there? It's like retrograde hours.
The minutes pointing to the second dial and the seconds ticking round. So it's fascinating time-telling mechanism. I love these sort of watches like jump hours and different retrograde minutes and retrograde sort of dials and just amazing. That's the latest Cadocopus, the octopus watch. Can't tell the time on it, but it looks great.
Cadocopus. Nice.
Is that gold inside the case?
Yeah, lots of engraving.
Yeah, it looks like rose gold, hey? Y2K, I think.
Yeah.
Rose gold with is it?
Maybe. Diamonds, maybe? No, I don't know.
Diamonds?
I think it's the way it's been worked. It's not diamonds, it's like
maybe it's like white gold, so it gives you the brilliance of somehow. Because it looks like tentacles, right? It just
it's the tentacles. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Really nice.
Me and Stefan Kudoki.
It's the man, yeah.
Yeah. And there was the AHCI. That's their.
Yeah, that's a good thing that you went there, Tom, because these guys at the AHCI are amazing. They have the members, you have the guys that will be members, and all the guys meet there. And I remember there was one guy called Mickey Elie, and he had like time machines, and he had one that tells you the time, day, date, month, year, celestial constellation, and you're explaining it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he had this clock, which was amazing.
Yeah, amazing clocks.
He had the top of the tower rotates and tells the minutes, and then the front here tells the hours. Now, it doesn't have any Arabic numerals or Roman numerals, but I don't know how it tells the time. It with these horses' heads, I think.
Yeah.
Now, it was inspired by horse racing, and these horses at the front, race horses, and they move along this track here. And it was just fascinating to see that one.
Yeah.
Just
That's insane.
Yeah, and when you see him explaining the stuff, it's just amazing because you get all the passion. You see it, you feel like, wow, this guy just makes this stuff. 1 year he sits on one of these clocks just to make them, and it's just amazing.
And I also met that was Sebastian Neshka, I think it is. Makes these clocks. He makes this one. It says it's inspired by automobiles and racing, but it just looks like the Eiffel Tower. I said like the Eiffel Tower, and he said he gets it all the time. Everyone thinks it's like the Eiffel Tower, but stunning clocks again, just amazing.
Looks like a rocket.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's more space themed. Yeah.
So the pianists have that what do you call that thing? All of a sudden that goes TikTok. The
Metronome. Metronome.
Yeah, when you're trying to count the beats in the piano, and they
I was most blown away by Van Cleef and Arpels.
Yeah.
Their stuff, which is just jewelry, but I mean, watch styles the size of a drawing pin head,
Yeah, right.
One that slides out, you can see. And the Van Cleef and Arpels was just amazing, just stunning.
Yeah.
It's not blinged out jewelry for women, but I couldn't help but appreciate it. Just really stunning stuff, artwork.
Is Van Cleef and are they the guys that do those like bird dial?
Yep.
Yeah.
The one that we
that
in
shit's
GPHC.
amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so good, that stuff.
This watch on the right is awesome. It's like a guy and a girl, and they meet at 12 and they kiss at 12, right? Something like that, right? And then they come back.
And this one here, which is a necklace with a watch on it.
Wow.
Just amazing. You see here, there's more necklaces, and this one, which is a dancer.
Yeah.
Her hands point to the minutes on the right.
Yeah, I remember it. I think it was the last GPHG. The female category had. Yeah, mate, it was one of the. Yeah, it was this watch here. This fairy one, absolutely stunning, beautiful watch. Yeah, really cool piece.
Amazing watches, yeah.
And this is
one.
That bird automaton or whatever it's called. When you see that how precise it is, it's so good.
This was a chiming clock they had, which was just amazing, huge.
It's like the solar system or something.
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow.
But I mean, these ones, look at that. It's an amazing bit of jewelry, a little clock that flips out, and another one, solar system watch.
These guys are pretty next level, aren't they? Like
they are.
Yeah.
This one was a GPHG winner. The
one they open and close. Yeah.
Yeah. They're very cool.
Where the couple meet on the bridge again. They had quite a few like this, quite a few different styles of it. This one was interesting. Some sort of pointer at the top that tells the hours. I don't know how.
And then you have like a dancing, ballet dancing, right?
Yeah, ballerina dancing. I don't know how you put minutes on it. I think there just must be 1 hour hand that points out the quarter minutes. But they had a couple of different ones. And then another of the
Amazing stuff.
other couples on the picture. Year of the Rabbit one. I mean, I can go on and on with the Van Cleef and Arpels pictures. Just amazing, Julie. This one was interesting. Clouds that point to the time.
With a swift flying as the second sin, is it?
Mm. Wow.
Lovely. These huge bracelets with just drawing pin head dial.
Fuck! Look at all the jewels on that thing. Oh, what is that made out of? What the hell?
It's made out of money.
Thomas, how big is this thing?
That's insane.
Big enough to put on as a bracelet.
Yeah.
You sure it's not a gauntlet?
So that's the sort of thing like European royalty would wear or something.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
The smaller ones with little flowers with little dials in the middle.
Yeah, I think these pieces are not for mere mortals, let's say.
Yeah.
This is a cake.
It's a clock.
Wow.
One of their clocks.
What the fuck?
Amazing.
That material, the green material, looks like dark as jade.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
is.
Looks like jade, but from a darker shade of jade.
Wow.
And these ones, which were bracelet watches.
That this one looks, let's say, a little bit more affordable than the pieces we just saw. It feels like this one could be bought somehow.
Mother of pearl, I think. It's,
Okay. No, it's not any more affordable than.
Do they make any stuff for men?
I think so. Yeah. I think Bill Sanders even has a Van Cleef and Arpels.
Okay.
It's a really nice one. Yeah.
I mean, just
Stunning
the amount,
stuff.
the amount of pictures I took at their stand was just amazing. You can see. I think
Amazing.
Yeah.
Van Cleef seems to be going in the direction of Beauvais designs, eh? Some parts of the painting portions. Yeah.
I think they are just going up and up
Tom,
and up. You know?
Tom, yeah, that one. What's that? I want to see that's the exact one I want to see. What is going on there? What is this? A gyro tourbillon or something?
JLC reverse gyro tourbillon sort of thing. Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane. And some sort of enamel type of dial. There's something going on there.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Amazing.
Insane. Yeah, I'm getting onto the reverso bandwagon more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe you pull it off well, JCP.
Yeah.
You in a bespoke suit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or a white polo tee with beige golf pants.
Yeah, I think if I'm getting a reverso, I have to get the double face, right? Dual face reverso.
Oh yeah, you have to get a dual face. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
These are the Hermes.
Hermes, yeah.
What are these called? They've got a funny name.
Yaku.
Yeah.
But they have this amazing display in there.
Wow.
No, what the hell? That's crazy.
I feel like all these designs somebody on acid.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Abdul, you're right. They have to be on something to be inspirational and creative.
Did you make some new friends, Thomas? Did you meet like new people, or were you more just sort of hanging out with the people that you went there with?
Just hanging out with the people I was there with, and I went off for a wander on my own, and
yeah.
I mean, these Zeniths I really liked. The new pilots.
Yeah, you like those?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
Yes.
nice. I like
Yeah.
that they're smaller than the older pilot's watch, right? It's much
Yeah.
more wearable.
yeah.
And the black on black, they play it really well, Dennis, on this this black on black designs.
I like
Really
the black
cool.
and black more than the
Yeah,
The
me too.
red one.
Yeah.
steel, but I
Yeah.
prefer the DLC coated much
Mhm.
more. I don't know whether there's mixed reports on these ones, but I like them, to be honest with you. I
Mhm,
thought
me
that,
too.
especially in DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of Zeniths, like JCB pointed out this one,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
the
Ooh.
retro-inspired Defy reissue.
I don't know, I just don't get this watch, to be honest.
know.
I mean,
Me neither. Yeah. Doesn't feel right somehow.
yeah.
Feel like a burnt watch.
A lot more,
Oh, that was
Nice,
cool.
nice.
a lot more Zenith Defies,
Yeah, the Defy.
Zenith Defy chronographs.
Big boy.
That's the Extreme. Yeah, Defy Extreme. Yeah.
And this one was
Oh,
this was- this
what's
is-
that? That's
this is a
1972. Wow.
72 that they did. Now
Okay.
this is what they should be releasing, I think.
Yeah.
It should be
Yeah.
releasing a diver like this.
Oh
That's
man,
beautiful.
I've been saying it for 10 years or something. Come on, Zenith, bring out a diver. Like,
Something
come
like
on.
this. It would be a
Like this.
huge hit, I
Same
think.
bracelet even.
Yeah.
Like please,
Yeah.
same bracelet as well.
If Zenith released something like this, a reissue, it would be a huge hit. I
I
think.
might
A diver.
even consider it, Thomas.
You need a diver from Zenith.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. They've got, like, I mean, their back catalogue has got heaps of divers. I just don't know why they're not doing it. Like, they keep putting, they've put all their attention into the chronographs and this Defy range. It's like they want to become known as like a chronograph maker or something. But in their back catalogue, they've got a lot of dive watches in there, and like they could make like we saw what happened with the Daytona. Like they brought out the Chronomaster Sport, which was like sort of took on the Daytona head to head. Like someone needs to bring out like a Submariner sort of killer. And Zenith is just primed to do it. I just don't know why they haven't done it yet. I just don't know why they haven't done it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Maybe they think if they get out a sub killer, it will be same price as a sub, so nobody will buy it. Because the chrono that they get out, because you can't get a Daytona, let's say MSRP, so you get the other one, the next best thing, right? So they need to be at 6K or something to kill that sub, right?
The Kermit, the Kermit the Frog Oris.
That's an interesting piece. Kermit the Frog.
Is the Oris Kermit line?
What a classic! That's so funny.
3,750 euros they wanted for this.
Oh, that's a big jump for Oris.
Big Muppet fan to want this.
I like how
that's heaps, man.
What
the
That's
hell?
a lot. That's
it's
a lot. Yeah.
Lots of money.
I'd get a Tudor for that money, to be honest.
Exactly.
I think they're smoking the green stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, that's why it's green, right?
That's what I'm saying. Smoking the green stuff.
The new Grand Seiko diver. Lovely textured dial.
Looks really nice.
Okay. What's happening with the bezel? Is that just a photo down the bottom left?
Yeah,
or
just
a reflection?
Just a reflection, yeah. But
Yeah.
nice bezel, but the dial is gorgeous as always. Grand Seiko, lovely text.
Yeah. What size is this though? Is this like a 44 or 45 or something?
I think about 40,
43, maybe 43.
No, not that big. 40 or 42.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
wow.
Okay.
That's nice.
Okay.
Because they used to
Another-
have big divers like 44 and stuff like that, which I
Yeah.
didn't like at all. Yeah.
GMT was
It's
big.
always been big.
GMT chronograph.
That's
Just a
nice.
shout out to TP Bob. Yeah, who's
Hey,
just
TP
joined.
Bob.
And,
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Welcome,
see.
welcome.
Yeah, my problem. So Grand Seiko is a funny one for me. And I'm speaking generally here, but I found that with their sports watches, they've just generally tended to be too big. Like they're 44 mil. They sort of thick. They need to bring the sizes down. Give us a 40 or 41, and something that's around 12 millimeters thick. And I think then the punters will be happy.
This
Yeah.
is my favorite, Yamutari.
It's like a
Right.
snow. What's that? What does that mean? Snow-covered peaks or something.
Snow lake.
Mount Fuji. The
What is it?
Grand
What is it, Thomas?
Fuji.
What?
Snow-covered lake. Nice guess, Jason.
Yeah.
I Stover Lake near.
Yeah.
It means like with the giants walk over the lake or something.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Sorry about
Japanese
the
always
giant-
comes with the best names, right? They
Yes,
have one word for a whole sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your picture looks frozen, Abdul. Just FYI.
Yeah, your video.
And this is the constant force tourbillons.
Oh yeah.
Thomas,
Man, that
you
watch
were at
is
the
mental.
Grand Seiko. How did you feel the display was this year?
Small, very small. Not many pieces in there at all.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, there's Joe Kirk, who's a US representative, and he was showing this new Tentograph, which is the latest,
Do you know about this Tentograph? Do you know what it is?
no, it's a high beat.
No, I'll look it up because it's some new technology.
It's a high beat chronograph.
Okay.
But I don't know that much about it, to be honest with you.
Tentograph.
My favorite, of course, Ferdinand Berthoud. There's some. I love their watches. The FB1 with Fusain chain and tourbillon and everything in the pillar construction.
Oh, it's like super high beat, 10 beats per second, 3 days automatic chronograph. Okay.
Thomas.
Yeah.
I think
okay.
Jonathan. Is that Jonathan?
Hey guys.
How you doing?
Hey,
Hey.
hey, Jakey H. Hi, buddy.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, hope that everybody is doing well. Cheers to JCB.
Yeah. Cheers, buddy.
Just wanted to say hello.
Hey,
We just returned from grocery shopping, and I wanted to say that I'm so happy that Thomas made it to Geneva and he had an enjoyable time. I'm also happy to hear that the independents were doing great. I think those are the main stars of the show. And I'm super happy to see De Betoon on the screen, which you take off now.
Oh, it's just put on.
So I'm continuing doing some homework. I just wanted to say hello and my congratulations again to Thomas
Thank you.
for a great time in Geneva.
Thank you.
You have a great rest of the show. I'm gonna watch and listen to you guys. Great shirt, Y2K. You all have happy Easter and talk to you later. Yeah. Bye bye, guys.
You too.
Thank
You too, buddy. Bye bye.
See you, buddy. Have a good one.
Take care.
Yeah, see, I'm just looking up this thing. This tentograph, it's 43.8 millimeters diameter.
Hello,
50
Dodger.
51.5 lug to lug, which is pretty big. A thickness of 15.3 mil. Like,
Right.
yeah, this is just like, I just don't know what the fuck they're doing down there, man. Like, really, like they've got to bring the size of the watches down. This is one of the reasons why Grand Seiko is not as popular as they should be. I think it's simply the size is the issue. Sorry, rant over.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's all right. No worries.
I mean, another lovely brand is Laurent Ferrier. I mean, this was a lovely one with the
Yeah.
Galet square and the Galet with a lovely blue, green dial. I thought that was a lovely watch.
That is a
Thomas,
nice watch, that one, that Galet Square, that cushion case. When I
Thomas,
think
did
of
you?
Laurent Ferrier, that's what the case I think of.
Yeah.
Really nice.
So, right.
Sorry,
why'd you
to
get
interrupt you. Did you get to see the Vacheron Constantine? There's a timepiece that's got an open heart. I think I saw it just now, but yeah, I'll track it.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. What did you guys think of the overseas with the retrograde
These are
date
the
and moon phase?
Interesting. These are the Vacherons I saw.
Yeah.
2-minute repeater there. On the,
Yeah.
is that the one you're talking about, Y2K? The 56 with the Tourbillon?
Yes, yeah, that's the one. And there's another one with a black face one too. Yeah, I think. Is it the same one? Just different face.
Could well be. And there's a 56 perpetual calendar moon phase.
That's nice.
There's an interesting one.
Oh, what's that? That looks cool.
Vacheron doing their complication.
That's my jam. Yeah, I like that.
Pretty cool.
There's
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. This is
fuck.
stellar.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Christ.
the ultra
No,
thin
I love this.
skeleton. Yeah. Ultra thin overseas skeleton.
Skeleton. Tourbillon.
I thought you'd like that one, JCB.
Oh, man. That's insane. Yeah. Yeah.
An overseas
That's the Panda. Yeah. Chrono.
and some ladies' watches by Vacheron.
Oh, yeah.
Bit bling. I didn't realize Vacheron did.
Boom. Look at that
Wow.
bling. My God.
That's
That is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't realize Vacheron did bling.
Yeah, neither did I. Wow.
Bling from Vacheron.
This is the the VC Dragon Oriental Golden Dragon.
For the Chinese market.
For the Asian market there, yep.
Bon de Vache, which is a beautiful watch. Lovely chronograph that. In the historic collection.
Yeah.
beautiful.
1921 on Big Fake.
Nice.
Boom.
That was in platinum, I think. And then on to this was one you were talking about. Okay.
Wow.
Oh
Beautiful.
my goodness.
Beautiful.
This guy, yeah. When I first saw this, I just didn't quite get it. Like it's because I think of the overseas as like a sports watch, and then you put a moon phase on it, and it just looked weird. But over time, I've gotten used to it. I think it's okay. But just something about it that just doesn't sit right for me. I don't know. I'm probably the odd one out, but I'm not really fully feeling this watch.
great day. I'm not really feeling it, to be honest with you. I'd much rather have the which was the one we saw before. That one.
This one, the skeleton.
Yeah, fucking all day, every day, man.
JCB's in love with it. He's like, you
can't
the
even
moment you expect this, he's like, yes, that's the one.
It's not even
JCB,
close.
you do have a knack for bling. You do have a knack for bling.
It's not. No, even like this one in the white gold, or you put this in steel. It's more about the dial, and the fact that you got a skeleton tourbillon here. I mean, this is Vacheron. This is Vacheron at its peak. It's a step down from the perpetual calendar, but
I like this panda chronograph. This is a really nice one. Yeah,
it's
got a gunmetal look.
Although I tried the chronograph on a couple of years ago, and it's quite a big watch. It's 43 mil, and it's a bit thick. It's a lot bigger than your regular three-hander. They need to make the chrono smaller. Yeah, if you ever tried it, have you guys tried it on the chrono?
No.
Yeah, check it out. You'll see it's quite
massive,
a bit bigger
right?
than the three-hander. Yeah, it's a lot bigger.
These are interesting. Panerai, shooting above the waist, doing a perpetual calendar, annual calendar in Italian. 40,000 euros go on for this. You're gonna buy
42,000 or 40,000?
40,000 euros.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like really geared for this one Italian millionaire that loves Italian products, right?
One Italian millionaire.
Doing gold for 70,000. Now, if you're gonna buy a calendar, you're not gonna buy a Panerai, are you?
No. Fuck no. No way.
Now,
JLC or Patek for calendars. That's it.
Or Lange, yeah.
A few others. I mean, this is a Panerai minute repeater tourbillon.
What
Now,
the
God
hell?
knows what this goes for. But I mean, it did sound gorgeous. It had 3 gongs, but Panerai. I mean, you don't minute repeater Panerai, are you?
Yeah, I think the CEO of Panerai is smoking that green stuff laced with some LSD or something, because you need really to be super high to think that you can sell stuff like this with Panerai
this
logo on.
That's the equation of time, astronomic.
All right. But okay, let's talk seriously about Panerai for a minute, though. Like, if you are the CEO of Panerai, like, what do you do? Because the brand is in the fucking hole, right?
Yeah.
Like, no one. It's not the most popular brand anymore. What do you do if you are gonna bring back the brand, bring it back into the mainstream, or to make it popular again?
Design a different case. Move forward.
Move forward. Yeah.
Move forward.
Yeah. I would say go back to basics as well, right? Put watches less than 5K. You should challenge Tudor in that segment. Get a new case, new material that you're always trying on. Go back to ETA movements. Why not? It's not a shame to use a ETA movement under 5K.
There was
Well,
also
I think they did use ETA movements, didn't they? But then they dressed it up as a fucking Panerai movement.
Exactly. And then you asked 12,000, 15,000 for a fake Panerai movement, and then you open the case and it's just a run-of-the-mill ETA. So people lost trust in Panerai. So I don't know if somebody's going to buy a tourbillon from Panerai. How do you know that it's really Panerai tourbillon and not a Chinese tourbillon?
It's probably a seagull.
Yeah, really, right?
Yeah.
Abdul and JCB, you're right. Yeah.
I'm just Panerai's just in a weird. I think they're just in a weird place, and they have been for a long time. And I just don't know what they're gonna do to get themselves out of the ditch that they're in.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope they do. I mean, I want to see them come back to what they were, late 90s or early 2000s because they were the it brand, and they have lost their way for some reason.
Thomas, Jens, have you ever heard of so Panerai recently did a collaboration with this IT brand called Razer. They make mouse and keyboards for gaming, and it's called the Luminor Quaranta Razer Special Edition watch.
Oh, never heard of it.
Let me see if I can locate it. I think it's this one. Yeah. Pulling it up now. So it's collaboration with Razer, and they call it the Luminor Quaranta Razer Special Edition watch. So Razer is actually a Singaporean, I think it's a Singaporean brand. They're making gaming equipment, like PC gaming equipment. So they've actually did a collaboration together with Panerai. Yeah. Something along the lines of trying to go environmental. Yeah.
Where you guys are located around the world, like in the UK and Germany and in Singapore, is Panerai popular there? Are people buying them, or what's the market like over there?
In Germany, no.
I mean, 10 years ago they were, but not now.
I'm talking about now.
No.
I think so.
I have seen people wear Panerai here, but the problem with Panerai is that you have a new generation of buyers who are looking
For
looking
Rolex.
to flip. Yes, looking for high hype watches. So and the problem with Panerai because is that there was a problem with the replicas being sold out of China as well as from Turkey. And because there was someone who actually approached and said, what are you going to do about dealing with the replica pieces? And Panerai, at that point in time, I think someone did mention that they weren't really going to pay a lot of attention towards it. And because of that, it actually shook up the Panerai market, and people were starting to be quite upset about Panerai's position in dealing with replica pieces.
Yeah, I think their Instagram even posted then fake Panerai. So
Is
it
it?
reposted
Oh
a fake
my
Panerai. So even their official Instagram couldn't tell the difference between a fake Panerai and a real Panerai. And that's the whole
so
issue.
bad.
If you get a watch for $200, that gives you the same experience as a watch for $5,000, and almost the same materials and almost basically the same movement at the end of the day. Then hey, come on, you're doing something wrong, Panerai.
For the interest of sharing, the link to the Panerai and Razer collaboration this year, you guys can have a look. But Panerai, you're right, Thomas. Panerai needs drastically a new direction, and I would say back to basics, back to the old school, back to how it all started with Panerai would be good, actually. Yeah.
Panerai is a tool watch, right? If you play on the tool watch market, the market is open always. People need a watch to go swim, need a watch for working, divers, and all this stuff. So put these watches in a good price segment. Be honest with your customers. Don't sell them shit and tell them this is made in Panerai and it's at a movement. And I think that's the whole issue, that they don't respect their customers anymore. They just want cash grab. I'll sell you a 60,000 annual calendar or perpetual calendar. Who needs a perpetual calendar, Panerai? If you tell me it's 100 meters water resistant, I might be listening, but it's not. I don't think it's even 100 water. That's the whole idea. Their new watches were 30 meters water resistant.
Yeah, it's like 30 meters,
Yeah, what? This crazy.
Abdul, you're right. I have heard of dress watches that can go deeper than 30 meters.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. There was the Panerai Egiziano, since you guys know that I like chunky pieces. The huge, massive Panerai Radomir Egiziano PAM00341, which is 60 millimeters in size.
60 millimeters. This was made for the Egyptian divers, I think, something like that.
There you go.
Right? Yeah.
So they should have really banked on that and made it official. Like they should really do in a full proper review, revamp that, so that at least you bring that back. Obviously, if Panerai tomorrow suddenly decide to say, look, we're going to start discontinuing all the luminol, the radiomere, and the submersible lines, yes, it would shake the market a wee bit, but I don't think too much, unless they go with what Thomas is saying. Start with a new direction, do some dress pieces, do some pieces that are different. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of blacked out watches, but this was just ridiculous, I thought.
That's too much.
All the time on it. No lume, no anything.
No, Thomas, it looks like you
Phantom.
put coal on your wrist. You put some black coal on your wrist.
Yeah.
But what's that? Omega has one as well, also in full black as well.
I think
Yeah.
Bell
Seamaster.
Seamaster.
and Ross and Panerai should collaborate together.
Oh no! That would
They
be an
might get some.
abomination.
I'll just end on the Hublot stand. We'll go downhill. And we'll end on the Hublot. There's some horrible
fucking hell.
footballers' watches that they introduced. Some tourbillon, sapphire glass tourbillons. I mean, the one on the right is blatant copy of a Nautilus. But this was interesting. The Square Bang, the latest introduction this year.
Okay.
Does it look a little bit like the Cartier
It's like a
Santos?
Cartier.
I was going
Yeah.
to think XL.
Yeah.
Cartier Santos XL.
So it's a Santos ripoff.
Yeah, Hublot are great at copy paste. Great guys at copy paste, right?
And there's a LA myth which says just get Rolex.
Get Rolex. Yep. Oh, yeah.
So guys, that's a roundup of watches and wonders. And thanks a lot to Ben for coming on. He was a great guest, and we hope to have him on again sometime. And thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us. We love you all. And Mason's right. It's definitely a Santos.
Yeah.
Definitely Santos overtones in that watch. So, thank you guys. And thanks to you picks for your choices, your favorite choices of the release of the watches and wonders. It's great to have you on, you
No
guys.
worries. That's good to have a chat. Always good to catch up with you guys and
Great.
have a
Yes.
chat and catch up with the crew in the chat as well. So
Yeah. Any final thoughts? Any last words?
I think
No.
we'll be a happy Easter, and hopefully next year we'll be able to go all together to Watches and Wonders. That would be a nice experience.
Yeah.
Would
that would be really
again?
cool.
I think every year they would do it, right?
A Baselworld?
No, Watches and Wonders. Baselworld
Watches and Wonders, okay.
is dead
They-
in the waters.
Baselworld's gone. This is sort of like Baselworld now, though, right? Watches and
Yeah,
Wonders.
exactly.
So-
Okay.
In Geneva instead of in Basel.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mason says, have a great Easter, everyone. Hope
Yeah.
you all have a great one. And
Later.
if you want the thumbs up, that'd be great. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and join us for more content in the future. But for now, I think we'll call it a day. And take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Take
See
care.
ya.
See you, fellas. See you,
Bye bye.